What's up, tricksters and tricksetas, all of the people watching this tier 3 sub VOD review on the main or second YouTube channel, I don't know, wherever you watch it, it's great. Today, we have another VOD review, which I've already said, obviously. And at our coaching table, we have the Candy, which is the Omen silver player on Ascent, essentially. So, we have another Omen main. We didn't do an Omen VOD review for a very long period of time. And now is the time to refresh our memory on Ascent. Hello, this is my first VOD review and I look forward to your coaching. Not really coaching, just VOD review, but okay. As a preface, I noticed that my mic audio is quiet compared to the game audio. I'll make sure to adjust it for the next VOD review. No problem. I mean, like, in silver, communication doesn't matter at all. Like, very rarely you will have teammates that are actually speaking. Generally in Valorant, communication doesn't matter at all. Like, it's better to not have zero comms than to have like toxic teammates. Yeah, most of, like 50% of times you will just get toxic teammates, toxic mentally disabled people, and other 50% of times maybe they speak, maybe they don't, but it doesn't matter. In Valorant, the most important thing that you need to develop is essentially like mentality, silent support, how to adapt yourself to different type of teammates, and overall map and game awareness. Like, essentially, especially in silver elo, when it comes to communication, like, very rarely you will have some people that are, first of all, that will know what they're doing, and second of all, like, that are gonna listen to your callouts, or, you cannot be an IGL. Like, yes, you should still try to macro and micromanage your teammates when you can. Tell them, hey guys, let's push A, let's push C, let's push B, depending what you think is gonna work. Or tell your sage brother, don't do this wall, do that wall instead, it's a bit better. But other than that, it's okay, man. It's okay. I've been following your agent guides and aim routine for about 2 weeks, and I have noticed an overall improvement in my utility usage and gunfights. Very good. Although my tracker may not show it, I've been using the shorty, stinger, outlaw, and operator more often, as you should. Like, essentially, in Valorant, I'm always speaking about this, like, you really want to master every weapon, how to use it, when to use it. Essentially, there's so many broken mechanics and cheesy strategies that you can use in Valorant to essentially win the rounds. On Haven, Lotus, and Ascent, essentially, Odin is mega broken, like, walls are made out of paper. Operator you should learn on any agent, regardless of the character that you're playing, like, especially on the defender side, obviously, because you can get some easy kills, and especially in your elo, like silver. I mean, like, let's be honest, these guys don't know how they're, how they should path, what they should do. Like, you should get some pretty easy kills with a operator. And yeah, I mean, short stinger, especially for an Omen main, they should be one of your primary weapons. Primary Halba eco weapons. Upon reviewing my games, I noticed that the majority of my errors come from not taking my time. I tend to make a play or decision that in hindsight is the right thing to do, but had I been more patient and look at the minimap, the outcome would have favored me or my teammates. Listen, there's a lot of ways how we can fix this problem. There's a lot of micro trainings and solutions. So during the VOD review, I'll try to give you some tips, but ultimately, I'm just gonna give you some training for this. Like, if I notice that you truly suffer from, like, impatient, like, you're not patient enough, like, you're undisciplined player, we'll talk about it. Especially because, like, listen here, on my Discord server, in the forum, as the coach, there was one guy that asked me, like, how to become more disciplined. How to actually take the time and what are the steps to becoming more disciplined in anything, not only Valorant. So, take a look at that thread, that post. I'm gonna share it with you right here, but also, like, before we finish this VOD review, you can already check it up and see if that maybe helps you in the future as well. But yeah, I mean, like, for a silver player, it is completely normal, like, that you don't have the best decision making, the best timings, the best map awareness. I don't expect that from you. We're just gonna see, like, what you're missing the most at this moment of time, and can we find some kind of a training to fix your most visible problems in the shortest amount of time possible. Apart from anything else, you notice I can improve on, how can I become a more aware and patient player? Okay, that's exactly what we talked about. Like, there's a lot of trainings, a lot of routines. Like, essentially, I don't share them, you know, on my streams and in YouTube videos because it's, you know, usually a VOD review takes me like 3 or 4 hours. If I was explaining that on top of the VOD reviews, brother, like one VOD review would take us like 6 hours to complete. So just privately through the private messages, I'm gonna, you know, share with you some routines, something that's gonna help you with this specific problem. Like there's always some kind of a solution. Like even communication, you can fix through training and practice. Even mentality. So discipline and awareness are also easily fixable. Okay, we don't have any more questions on Discord, so we can instantly move into the L tracker L review. So we are a silver 3 player. You actually peaked platinum 1. Interesting. I mean, okay, you're silver 1 at the recording of this like VOD, I guess. But I cannot put a silver icon up to your name because, I mean, you're kind of a Hearthstone Platinum 1, actually. So we're gonna count this VOD review as a Platinum 1 VOD review, actually, because you have a Platinum MMR 100%, like, you're not playing against Silver and Bronze players. So, you played 750 hours, and, yeah, my dude is like Platinum 1 player confirmed, like... Okay, so in the first, like, 250 hours, you got, like, Platinum 1, which is okay. That's actually a good progress. That's an amazing progress, to be honest. And then we stayed there for the rest of our life. This is the definition of a Hearthstone player. I mean, yes, in some of the acts and some of the episodes, he doesn't play Valorant. Obviously, like, I mean, he has a very low playtime, and his playtime is overall very, very inconsistent, which is really bad for Valorant. Like, Valorant really requires you to grind the game, to be active in every single act, every episode. Like, the game is grindy, very, very grindy. Like, especially once you reach Immortal 3, like, yes, quality matters, yes, consistency matters, yes, your focus matters, but if you're not able to play, like, I don't know, 5 to 10 matches per day in that elo, an average player, you know, for an average player, it's really hard to reach Radiant with this type of a playtime. Like, I don't know. Like, I see that you're taking the breaks, you know, in and out. It's okay to take the breaks, obviously. But even when you take these type of breaks, like, for example, in episode 8, Act 2, you said, like, fuck it, I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm still Hearthstone Platinum 1. Like, let's figure out why you're Platinum, you know? Like, basically, get out of the comfort zone, try new playstyles, try different playstyles, try something else, essentially. I don't only, like, you know, don't tap the same wall that you tapped with your head, like, multiple times. Like, this act, for an example, I don't know why you stopped playing Valorant. Maybe you got burnt out because of this act right here. But if you had time to play a bit of Valorant, actually, he didn't play the whole episode Act 1 and Act 2 as well. So you're, like, on and off of the game. I mean, that's one thing that's definitely hurting you a lot. Like, I don't know why you're taking such a big breaks. I don't know if it is because of your schedule, I don't know, school, work, whatever it is. But it is much better if you can play throughout the year. Let's say 3 games of Valorant every single day, instead of having, like, 1 or 2 acts where you go all in, all out, and then you stop playing the game for 4 months, for an example. 6 months, I don't know. The problem of that is, like, you know, especially when you take a break from Valorant, it's gonna take more time to get back into the grind, and also, like, to get back the feeling for the game, for the timings, for the movement, for everything. Like, when I just take, like, I don't know, 2 weeks break, 2 days break, the third day I already feel like, you know, I need at least like 3, 4, 5 matches to get back. Essentially, like, especially if you're playing other games as well, you know? They have completely different mechanics. So what I would advise you, like, if you're really serious about your grind, and you seriously want to reach, like, let's say, Immortal 3 Radiant, there needs to be some kind of a consistency here. Like, you cannot take these big of breaks and just play, you know, during Act 3 of every episode. Like, I don't know how much free time you have. You didn't really disclose it or explain it in the Discord post, but, you know, spread it. You try to play more consistently. And also during the acts when you're not playing, try to keep some regular, like, maybe play 1 unranked match per day. I don't know. Play 1 ranked match on a second account, for an example. Or, like, still do some kind of an aim training. I don't know. Do, like, 1, 2 death matches per day in Valorant. If you already have free time. If you don't have free time, then fuck it. Like, I mean, when you take, like, a 4 months break, you need at least 3 weeks. You know, an average player usually needs like 3 weeks of consistent grind, warm up, aim training in the game, and ranked matches to actually, you know, get back the feeling for the game, you know, feeling for the utility usage, feeling for pathing, angle holding, mechanical skill. And there's no shortcuts there as well. Like, when you take this big of a break, like, unless you're a very, like, talented player, like, gifted, like, it's gonna take you always like 2 to 3 weeks to actually feel the game again. But in the acts, when you do play, you know, for example, this act, this act, this act, this act, this, like, this is fine, you know, like, having like 60 hours, 60, 76, 110, that's fine. Like, for example, this act you play like 130 matches, which is okay. That's like 3 games per day during the whole act. I mean, it's nice. It's okay. So, like, the first thing I would recommend you, try to develop some consistency. And the second thing, brother, like, what's happening with the agents, man? Like, I mean, you started on Omen. Omen started working for you, you know, in some of the acts. And then you went to Killjoy, then Brimstone, then Viper, then Claw, then Sage. Like, let me see the playtime on different characters. Like, yeah, like, I mean, I don't know, you touched way too many agents, a bit, and then you kind of gave up on them. Like, for example, Gecko. Like, on Gecko, you have 72% win rate. Obviously, your statistics on Gecko are terrible. They're bad. But, you know, if you already feel that the agent suits you, stick with the Gecko a bit. You know, like, don't play everything. Omen. I mean, with Omen, yes, your win rate is not the best. And overall statistics, but 256 hours, you're very close to calling this agent a main. Like, you invest, like, if you invest double this time, after already, like, developing some feeling for Omen, like, I think you're just gonna crush these lobbies, essentially. Like, Omen is really one of the agents that requires, like, at least 300, 400, or 500 hours before you can actually call him a main agent. Like, he requires a lot of playtime, so you develop, like, different setups, feeling for different timings, different scenarios, etc., etc. And on Reyna, you perform nice. Viper, I mean, right now, listen, man, like, Viper, personally, I would never in my life play, like, in low elo. Between Iron 1 and Diamond 3. And I would really recommend you to stay away from Viper, especially after these nerfs. Like, these nerfs were terrible for Viper. And the only maps where I would maybe play Viper as a solo controller is like Breeze and Icebox. But on Icebox up to Immortal 3, I would just run it down with Omen. And on Breeze, I mean, we're still forced to play Viper because she's still the strongest on agent on that map. But, I don't know. Based on your overall, like, agent stats, you see, like, this act with Omen, you have amazing statistics. Like, everything looks really, really nice. And this win rate, like, there is probably you can do something better. You know. Like, there is no way that you have, like, 46% win rate with these type of statistics in 100 matches. Like, in 100 games, yes, you will get at least 40 matches that you cannot win. There is no way, like, whatever you did, you're just gonna lose them. Like, 40% of your games in Valorant, they're just auto loss. Like, today I played, like, 2 matches, like, there's nothing to do, like, you know, you just lose and go next. But 60% of matches in Valorant, in 60%, like, it's your fault that you lost it. You could have done something better. So having these stats with Omen, and still having this type of win rate, it means that we can definitely do something much, much, much better. But your overall statistics are really nice, this act. Like, everything is in the range of optimal or good. Like, ADR, fine. You know, KD, fine. You know, good. Optimal. QST, optimal. Headshot, overall headshot percentage for a player that is abusing Outlaw, Operator, Odin, Shorty, optimal. Like, all of your stats this act are just okie dokie. So, I guess that we definitely need to see... I mean, generally, tracker review doesn't mean shit. Like, I mean, who knows what are your problems? So we definitely need to take a sneak peek into the VOD before we talk about anything else. Clutch percentage is okay. It's not bad. It's not optimal. It's like, you know, it's okay. Like, 3.1% is more than I usually see on the players' trackers. But there's probably you can do something better in those, like, you know, 1v1 and 1v2 scenarios. Like, in this elo, you know, gold, platinum, you need to win, like, 60% of your 1v1 and 1v2 duels combined. Like, 60%. When you end up in these type of clutch scenarios, essentially. And with Omen, that should be easy peasy, you know, with his utility in this elo. Last, that's also, like, in the range of good. You know, it's not optimal, it's not okay, it's good. You know, 217, 95 matches, it's okay. Like, that's like 3-4 per match. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Attack. Oi, man. Like, what the fuck is going on here, huh? Okay. So, listen here. Majority of your Valorant games, you win or lose on defender side. Like, how strong you play defense is gonna impact heavily, like, how many games you're gonna win, especially in the elos between Iron 1 and Immortal 2. But on attacker side, your performance is like 30% worse, 20 to 30% worse than on defense. So if I was you, I would heavily focus in the following month or two on what can I do better on the attacker side of each map. Like, this can be a problem of utility usage, problem of timings, problem of understanding the proper rank team play in this specific elo. The problem can be who you follow, who you play with, how you play the refrag game with your allies. Like, on defense, you're playing well. Defender side stats are really nice. I mean, it seems like you're winning a lot of the rounds on the defender side and you have a strong performance. But on attack, like, we need to do something better. I mean, I have plenty of private coaching videos that are gonna help you with that already, and I'm gonna share you with them after this VOD review. But we'll see in the VOD in the VOD review that you have submitted, like, what we can do a bit better, because this can definitely get better. Now, like, I mean, everything else is like pretty optimal or good. You know, mechanical stats are totally fine for a player that is like platinum, gold, in platinum and gold elo, with that type of MMR, like with these statistics, it just seems like you should be more than capable of reaching like at least Diamond 1 during this act. If you put in like, I don't know, 95 more matches in the game. So yeah. Not bad, not bad. Like, this is really a VOD where we need to, you know, this type of, that is why I don't do tracker reviews for money. Because sometimes a tracker doesn't tell you anything about a player. And generally speaking, you cannot see the full picture before you actually see that player play the game. And that's why I don't do that often, like, you know, tracker reviews on my stream. Like, at the end of the day, it's just pointless, to be honest. I don't know. Listen here. First thing I would recommend you is, beside Omen, try to apply 2 more agents to grind Valorant. Like, because of your inconsistent playtime, I cannot recommend you, like, 4 agents. 3 agents is fine. Like, for example, Omen can definitely be our main. Gecko can be our secondary pick. And then for the third pick, I mean, maybe Raze or Jett. You know, I can see that you never really tried playing Jett. And your overall statistics are really okay. You know, it seems like you will find the agent fun and enjoyable to use. So what I would recommend you for now to try are those 3 picks. So let's talk about that. Agents to main on different maps. Well, let's say until episode 9, Act 3, for an example. Okay, we have Bind. On Bind, like, we can rock with Omen as a main. Jett can be our flex pick. And Gecko can be Phil in this elo. Then on Haven, you can rock, like, to be honest, Omen. Once again, you can do the same pick order, to be fair. Just a second. I mean, on this map, like, you can go with both Omen and Jett as a main, whatever you prefer during that day, and go with a Gecko as a fill. Then, like, on Lotus, I would personally try, like, Omen and Gecko as main agents, and I will use Jett as a flex fill pick. Then on Abyss, I would definitely try Jett and Gecko as main agents, and Omen as some kind of a flex or fill. Then on Ascent, I would just repeat the same thing as on Haven. On Sunset, I would repeat the same thing as on Abyss, maybe. And on Icebox, I would just go with this pick order again. Let me see our win rate on different maps, actually, with Omen. So on Icebox, you actually perform very well with Omen. I mean, like, Omen on Icebox is really, really good. Really, really, really good. If you play him in the way that I have explained in my rank playbook on my Discord server. Like, there's so many strategies and tactics, and he's really good. I mean, listen here. You can keep Omen as your main agent on all of these maps, because you perform well. I mean, like, your performance is quite okay, like, individual performance. Your win rate can heavily fluctuate based on what type of teammates you get, But for example, on Bind, like, Omen is really the easiest agent to carry games on Bind in this elo. On Icebooks, you maybe find even more success with Jet. On Abyss, I would definitely recommend you to give Jet or Gecko a proper try. And on Lotus and Sunset, definitely. On Lotus and Sunset, definitely. If you're already not finding success with Omen, and you've tried everything, like, maybe give Jet or Gecko a proper try, like at least like 50 to 100 hours. When it comes to the loadout, semi-buys are the best. Interesting. This is a really good loadout. This is a really good loadout for 100 games. Like, this is exactly how a loadout should look like, you know? Like, pistol rounds are really good. Semi rounds are also really good. Full buy rounds are optimal. Eco rounds, optimal. The only problem is that in these full buy rounds, you have a bit lower, like, KST, but I don't know. Like, this type of tracker, like, really requires a VOD L review. And when it comes to weapon versatility, I mean, you know, you already have written that here, but, you know, like, you definitely need to pick up the more weapons, depending what type of a round you're playing. Like Odin, for example. Stupid broken weapon on Haven, Lotus, and Ascent. You know, there's so many spammable positions, cheesy plays, like, it's just nightmare to play against sometimes. Then, like, Sheriff, I mean, okay, we're playing a bit of a Sheriff, but Outlaw, I would definitely put a bit higher, because you have way too many kills on Vandal and Phantom. You know, you have like 900 kills on Vandal and Phantom. That should be, like, reorganized a bit, separated a bit, and, you know, we should put some of these kills into other weapons as well. But this is starting to look good. Like, I mean, you're bringing the Shorty higher, Stinger higher, Outlaw higher. There's a bit of the Judge usage on some of the maps. I like it. And with Vandal, you're definitely much better than with the Phantom. Much better, to be honest. And but you should still practice, you know, both of the weapons, because at the start of the match, at the start of the round, you cannot tell the enemies, hey guys, can you please buy the Phantom? I don't know how to use the Vandal. You know, I don't know how. You get the point. So I don't know. Very, very interesting tracker. I like it a lot, and we will see. Like, your tracker is good. Like, the only thing I would maybe recommend you is, like, try to see if Jet, Gecko, and Omen are maybe gonna suit you better in a long run. Beside Omen as well, you know? Like, if you keep performing like this, if you apply everything that is mentioned in my ranked playbook for Jet and Omen, if you apply the training that I'm gonna share with you today, if you find the fixes to your problems, I really don't see why. I mean, you're gonna reach Ascendant 1 easily. Easily until, like, until Episode 9, Act 3. You know, until, like, 1st of November. Maybe even more, maybe even higher, to be honest. Because, I don't know. Really, really weird player. 94 kills and 1 death on Shorty. Listen. This number here, that number doesn't tell you how many times you died while using a weapon. This number showcases how many times you died from that specific weapon. So, like, you know, it's really, I mean, I don't know why it works like that. It's really counterintuitive, you know? Like, to have the kills here, deaths, and you showcase how many times you died from a weapon. Like, what? Like, you think Odin to Radiant is good? I think it's doable. I mean, I think it's doable. Like, Odin is really, like, just, you know, brainless weapon, and then cheesy weapon, you can get a lot of cheesy kills, and as long as you can get cheesy kills in Valorant without contesting enemies in a 50-50 duels, it's good. But I don't think the weapon is good on every map. You know, like, the weapon is the best in my opinion on Bind, on Ascent, but not Bind, sorry, Ascent, like, maybe even Bind, you know, why not, like, Bind, Ascent, Lotus, and Haven. But on other maps, like on Abyss, like, which wall you're gonna spam, you know, like, to get some easy kills, stuff like that. Breeze, as well. I mean, in a long-range duels with the Odin, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. Overall, I think this is the first time, one of the rare times, where I have literally nothing to shit about. And we need to check your... I'm really curious what I'm gonna see, man. Because his performance is, like, okay in a lot of the matches. Like, I mean, it's optimal, it's good, you know? So, Candy, brother, let's see what you can do a bit better. Okay, now is the time to take a look at this VOD review, because this player statistics are really good, you know, on the tracker. And when you have this type of a tracker, like from this Omen guy, until you watch the VOD, you don't know the whole story. So, we're starting this VOD review on a defender side with Omen. And as I said, we're gonna say that this guy is like Platinum 1, because, you know, he was most of the times Platinum 1, and he's playing in that Platinum Gold elo. So, first of all, defender side of Ascent. And I'm gonna talk about the Omen a lot as well. So, number 1 bomb site, default bomb site for you, A site. Number 2 priority, B site. On Ascent, we don't give a crap about defending A site and B site. No, Charlatan, how do we don't give a crap? Yes, you wanna fight for site control, yes, you want to contest the enemies, but do it in a safe way. Like, most of the times on Ascent, like, on a defender side, like, the mindset that you wanna have is like, I want to potentially kill an enemy, you know, make a numbers advantage for my team, and then play retake with my teammates. Like, don't commit too much to defending bomb sites, especially if the enemies are eco or halbye. Like, value your life a bit more. Like, this map is all about team play on a defender side, refrag potential, and playing the retakes. But what you need to do, starting already from the round number 3, 4, 5, you need to fight more aggressively for the B main, mid or A main control. Especially when you're playing Omen, like, you should have one-way smoke in either A main, B main, or on mid, wherever your teammates are contesting the enemies. Like, with Omen on the defender side of Ascent, what is very important is that you're consistently observing the minimap and asking yourself, like, for what type of a play your teammates are going. Like, for example, if your teammates are fighting A main, give them the one-way smoke. Your teammates are fighting B main, give them the uno-way smoke up here. Then your teammates are fighting, I don't know, enemies at top mid from short and here. Give them the one-way smoke for the mid link. Your teammates wanna fight for mid link. Do the one-way smoke on top mid. Like, you consistently want to, you know, with the first smoke, to block some kind of a choke point, to delay the enemy's push a bit, to, like, waste some kind of a utility from the enemies. Of course, that's not the only place that you should go for. Like with Omen, in A main, B main, also in mid area of the map, we have enormous amount of strategies where we can outplay the enemies, potentially get some kills. Like, we can do some crazy double bait setups, triple bait setups. Like, I don't know, your jet peeks here with a dash ability. You bait for the jet dashes away. As soon as you peek, you teleport here. Then jet is baiting for you. You use a paranoia, take one more kill, get away. And then enemies are probably gonna spam that shit, you know, with a lot of grenade. Like, with this type of a play, most of the times you will destroy like 60 or 70% of enemies' utility. You know, they're gonna use a Molotov, nade, boombot, maybe even recon dart, something like that. And then defending A site is much easier. Like, one of the most stupid things that you can do on Ascent, which is, by the way, a fast rotation map, is like playing way too much alone, you know, not playing with your teammates on a refrag potential, prioritizing bombsite controls too much, and playing way too passively. Like, you need to play semi-aggressive mode. Like, you don't need to push the enemies. You don't want to go for flanks and lurks 24/7. Just deny some of the map control from the enemies. Like, try to deny some of the utility from them before they go, you know, into the post plant or before they push into the site. And you want to abuse, you know, some crazy strats from the ranked playbook that you have on my Discord server. As many off angles as possible. Like, there's always, on Ascent on the defender side, there is always some kind of a solution to counter the enemies. And with Omen, same as with any other agent, on this map, like, Odin is amazing. You should be abusing the Operator, Judge, Stinger, Shorty, like, you know, 60% of the rounds that you play should not be played on Vandal or Phantom. 50%, let's say. You know, your highest priorities on this map, for which I'm kinda willing to die when I'm contesting the enemies, is Garden and the Market. Because, like, if the Garden and Market are taken, you know, from our team, that opens up many more opportunities for the enemy team to fuck us up and to fuck up your teammates up. So a lot of the times, like, I kinda sell, like, you know, B-sec control for the Market control, and I contest the enemies there. Or I sell the A-sec control by closing the doors, and then I fuck up the enemies in A short, and then I play the retake on A. Everything is explained in the ranked playbook on my Discord server, so, you know, this is like TLDR, essentially. Now, in the first round with Omen on Ascent, you always play A-site, and I would always go for the El Clasico Papito strategy, classic pistol shorty. You can go for the classic shorty light shield, 1 shrouded step, or you can buy the classic shorty 2 smokes, paranoia, and 1 shrouded step. You start around here, wait for the enemies to make a sound. Maybe you can tell one of your teammates to bait for you, you know, to peek. If the enemies are pushing A, bop. Kabi position smoke. We're hiding here and waiting for the enemies to push. When you put this Kabi position smoke, always play inside of the smoke. The whole point is to do this. If the enemies are spamming this position, hide and wait for the... If enemies are using a drone or dog or boombot, you can dodge their utility by moving out and into the smoke, take the kills, and after you take a kill, I mean, most of the time what I do, I just drop the shorty and I instantly teleport into the enemy smoke right here. Then I take the short control to see if the enemies are there, and I get ready with a paranoia to pick the enemies as they're going out or to support my teammates. And that's it. If enemies are splitting the A site, I mean, you can focus on enemies in main. You can focus on enemies like in short. It really depends where your teammates are fighting at that moment of time. And if enemies are pushing B, take a classic pistol, do this smoke. You can also do this smoke to support your teammates on B, so they can maybe escape into the CT. You know, you connect the enemy smoke with your smoke, and then your teammates can do this. Or your teammates can outplay the enemies and maybe go for some kind of a peek and kill them. So, yeah. Let's see what he does in the first round. And let's see why his win rate is so poor. But he's like, this is why, guys, statistics don't matter in Valorant. You know? Like, basically, it really doesn't matter how many kills you're taking. It doesn't matter what type of ADR you have. It doesn't matter what type of KD you have. Like, if you're not winning your matches, if you're not closing out your rounds, you can have like 2 KD and still lose a match. Like, mindset is very important when you're playing Valorant. It's not really like, oh, Charlatan, I'm dropping 25 kills, I'm match MVP every game, and I lose a game. Of course that you lose it when you rely way too much on your teammates to close out the games. Like, in Valorant, you never know with who the hell you're playing. How many matches your teammates have lost. What type of mentality they have. Like, when you die, even if your teammates are 4 versus 1, you're just praying to Jesus Christ that your teammates are gonna win that round. Like, you just never know. Like, staying alive, doing the bare minimum necessary job to win the matches is very important. And that's it. Make numbers advantage, fight together, recognize your win conditions. That is much more important than, you know, what type of a tracker score you have or what type of stats you have. Of course, like, there are, like, optimal, good, okay, and bad statistics. Like, I mean, if you have a KD that is below, like, 1, or you have a headshot, overall headshot percentage ratio that is, like, 12%, ADR that is, like, 100, I mean, of course, you're not doing a good job and you can do something better. But these statistics just tell you what you should improve in your gameplay. And when you have a perfect tracker, you know, that usually means that you don't know how to close out the matches and rounds. This is an interesting Cypher setup. I cannot wait to see what's happening here. I don't know. In the first round, if I'm doing this strategy with Omen, I would actually tell my Cypheroni, you know, to play B site. Because with this strategy, usually you should be good for 1 kill anyways. And if our gamble is not good, that enemies are gonna go A, at least your Cypher is locking down the B side. But whatever, I mean, the reason, by the way, the reason why we prioritize A side in the first round is because in ranked solo queue, based on pure statistical data across all of the elos and ranks, 60 to 70% of times, enemies are gonna push you on A side in the first round and finish there. Now, let's see if our gamble works. Let's see what our friend is gonna do. Okay. So classic shorty with a light shield.
Oh, that was so close.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see anything.
Okay, listen. This smoke that he's gonna deploy right now is way too shallow. It's way too much towards him. Like, you need to make these cubby position smokes a bit more believable. You know? Like, for example, I mean, obviously a Platinum Gold player, they don't know what the fuck are these smokes for. You know? They don't know what is a good, optimal, and bad smoke. But, here, you know, like, you cannot do this type of a smoke, because then I'm gonna be like, aha, the smoke is more towards the left. I know you're there. I'm gonna do everything to push you back from that position. Like, I know you're playing some fucked up strategy. You know, easy strategies to take an easy kill. But, you know, when I'm playing this strategy, I just do smoke like this. Like, it is still a cubby position smoke, but it looks better. You know, it looks normal for the enemy team. Yes, you know, still, it doesn't look precise. But here, like, you know, you can just play here, move in and out, enemies are moving in, bop, bop, get out. Or we can go for some additional outplay. But this, I mean, like, looks very, like, unrealistic, you know? Okay, here you made a, like, basically 99% of times, when you take a kill by doing this play, your mindset is the following. So, you know, classic pistol is here. We kill the enemy ISO. I'm instantly dropping the weapon by pressing my drop key, and we're getting the classic pistol in our hands. And then I'm instantly jumping and trying to TP away. 95% of times, you want to do this and have this type of a mindset when you're going for this play. Period. You stayed way too much, you know, you didn't do any of this. You stayed way too much in the smoke. You were not in the movement type of motion. You're not teleporting anywhere. You just waited for the enemies to stomp you. Like, your instant reaction should be drop key after you fire 2 shots of the shorty. Take the classic, and then, you know, let's see what we do next. Good, you know, very good, powerful strategy to take a kill, but I don't know. You stay way too much there. The Sova Dart tagged me too, but listen. If you did everything like I've explained right now, even if the Sova Dart tagged you, there's a huge chance you're gonna survive if you keep yourself moving and you teleport away. Like, if you did, you know, this, there's like 70% of chances that you would have survived. Probably with a bit low HP, but still, you're not dead. Now, in the second round, no matter what happens in the first round on this map, Once again, the best idea is to gamble on A set and A short, and you should start around A main or A short. If you lose the first round, I would just, once again repeat the classic pistol shorty strategy here. And what we can do, we can, if you hear the enemies pushing, we can also do this type of a smoke, and then try to fuck up the enemies through this smoke. Sova is droning, we can peek out, try to get 2 kills. Or we can repeat the same strategy, but on the left side. We can basically play here with a shorty, and when enemies are going for the switch, we peek out, take a kill, and try to escape. Also in short, we can just hold this, try to kill the enemies, or do a smoke like this, and F up the enemies through the smoke. Essentially, your main mindset when you're playing full eco rounds in Valorant is, I don't care if I'm dead or alive, I just want to trade myself for as many kills as possible before my teammates start dying. And I want to give my teammates higher chances of winning that round. Because when you're playing eco rounds, like, it's much easier winning an eco round 4v3 or 4v4 instead of 5v5. Especially because you might delay, stop the enemy's push a bit. You might give your teammates an opportunity to F up the enemies somehow, and, that's it. Okay, now, let's see what he's gonna do in the second eco round. Give me something good, huh? Nothing good, no shorty. Okay, we're doing the shorty again. Okay, let's rotate B. Nice kills. Brother, our teammates goated.
These people got vandals.
Listen, in this scenario, personally, I will not stay on the A side. Yes, there is a chance for enemies to rotate from A to B, but what is the right play here? The right play is to drop the shorty here, get a classy pistol, close the doors, sell the A side, and just stay short. Most of the times, when enemies are rotating from B to A, at least one guy is gonna go short. And this is such an easy kill for you with a shorty. We are 4v3. We don't need to risk some 1v1 fights. And also, another problem in this round is, like, if you stay on site, the whole garden and short area of the map is open to the enemy team. Like, if one enemy goes short in garden and we lose the timing on that enemy, this round is gonna become nasty, brother. Nasty.
Damn.
Like, staying here on A site is a bad play. It will just sell the A site, fight for the short. Your teammates on B are gonna pick up the guns from the dead enemies, and we could just play a 4v3 retake. But I guarantee you, if enemies are rotating from B to A, especially once they kill that jet, there's a huge chance they're just gonna run it down through mid. But staying here, like,
that was an outlaw. I tried to.
I don't know, bro.
I should have stayed with you.
Like, that is like your default play on this map, Like, when you're left alone in this area of the map, and numbers are equal, or you have numbers advantage, prioritize A short, sell the A site, and just beware that enemies might have the timing to walk all the way up here. But just keep in mind that, they need like around 10 seconds to get from here to here by just walking. And just remind your teammates that, one enemy might already be on the rafters. Playing here is way too risky. Also, this angle is very bad. If the enemies are peeking from the generator, you're dead.
When we talk about your choice mid-game, you didn't have to. We had numbers. They weren't out on site.
That's true. And you see here, enemies are actually going through short. You would get at least one, possible 2 kills. Think about it.
Starting A.
That Sova would have been dead. Why? Definitely. He has Outlaw. So he probably bought Outlaw with a light shield Brother, with Shorty, deleting a player that is below 125 HP. Easiest thing. Like, one bullet is gonna do it. Most of the time.
They have the outlaw, so like...
Here, like... I mean, okay. 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 Okay.
competing here.
Okay. Might work.
Planning A already.
Spike planted.
Wait for the Reyna to come. Omen. You don't need you there.
Actual.
Okay, we're keeping our location a secret. Now we need to strike.
Shadows traveling.
One enemy remaining.
Okay.
Where's the Reyna?
Reyna, no, probably top behind you. Oh, he's
Coming
main.
in, coming in.
Shoot, 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 shoot.
Jesus Christ, bro. Oh, what a complication, man. What you guys really like to complicate things.
Coming in.
Enemy
Like here,
remaining.
Okay.
look at this.
Reyna,
The whole ass Vandal is down here. Brother. Like, I mean, respect. Respect that you wanted to go for a shorty. You know, if you're a bit faster to pull it out, then that was an easy kill. But there's a Vandal on the ground. Why would you... I mean, okay, well, whatever, like, both plays are fine. Both plays are fine. Like, just, I can already see that your decision-making can be much better. You know? And it's really hard to correct someone's decision-making and overall, like, adaptiveness through just one VOD review. Like, you know, we need a consistent support there, like.
no, probably top.
You just need to observe as many different scenarios as possible. Learn from these scenarios. Like, ask what you could have done better. You know, you need to be aware of all of the possibilities. And also, you improve that by improving your game knowledge as well in Valorant.
Top behind you.
I don't know, this was mega complicated.
I wanted to talk about
And also we died. Okay, okay, good round. Now, in the first round, enemies went A. In the second round, enemies went B. That's why in this third round, once again, I'm gonna gamble on A site and A short. Enemies are slowly developing the AB pattern of pushing, but I'm not gonna start passively in A short and here. What I would do in this round, I would literally force the outlaw, heavy shield, and shorty. And I would go for this type of a swing on mid. This is the best way to hold the mid tiles from this angle. I would just hold this, try to get a kill, get information, and then, you know, go back. Because why would I force the outlaw? Enemies in this round, most of them, like I think all of them, are gonna have a light shield. No reason to buy a Phantom or Vandal.
Bro.
Listen, but you need to start. Like, whenever you notice, like, on Ascent, in the last 5 seconds of a preparation phase, you're asking yourself, am I going for some kind of a play for which I need a smoke? If the answer is no, then the second question is, are my teammates going for some kind of an aggressive play? And can I support them somehow with some smoke or paranoia? If I see that 2 of my teammates are looking aggressively towards the A-man and B-man area of the map, they don't need to tell me what they're doing. Just based on their body posture, I can tell they're going for the aggro peak in the A-man and B-man. They're gonna fight that. Like, a lot of the times, like, you know, communication in Valorant is very low. Basically, like, comms are most of the times non-existent. People are also miscommunicating a lot of the stuff. Like, a lot of the times, I provide the silent support to my teammates based on their movement, utility usage, and body posture. Like, I'm just reading, like, you know, based on their positioning and trying to predict 2 steps ahead for what type of a play they're going. So here, I would do a one-way for my Reyna. Now you're asking yourself, why would I not do a one-way for ISO that is alone B? Because in this round, like, chances are really high that enemies are gonna do some kind of a split on A or push the A side. Because they already kind of developed that A-B pattern of pushing in the first 3 rounds. So here my Reyna would have had a Uno way smoke. Now listen. With Omen, we have 3 types of smokes. We have the smokes to stop and to delay the enemy's push. Those type of smokes we place as deep as possible towards the enemies, like this, denying as much space as possible from them, and also the one-way smokes, you know, like this. So, if a choke point is some kind of a corridor, no matter how deep corridor it is, you always drop a smoke like this. Smokes for the retakes are always on the edge of that corridor, towards yourself. Bam. And when you want to outplay the enemies, usually we go, you know, through the smokes with a shorty, judges, close range weapons. We create cubby position smokes like this and like this, or some trial smokes with which we can maybe, you know, surprise the enemies and pick them based on timing, you know, like trade ourselves for some kills. But this smoke is not the smoke that I would have done here. I would have done deeper smoke, like this.
Bro, where did my... Oh.
Let me know they're out on site.
And I don't know why you rotated here. I don't know why you went city. Like, ISO just took a kill in Omen area of the map. They're gonna pick up the gun from your dead Reyna. Your jet is peeking A short. Like right now, I'm either A short, fighting with my jet, or I'm on A side fighting with my Cypher. Like that's the only information I have right now. And we always prioritize the duels that are gonna happen at that moment of time and that are closer to us. Like, I don't know. Here, this rotation is safety.
How, bro?
Coming to your tree.
Jesus.
Okay, they smoke your tree.
NA comes, huh?
Spike down A.
That smoke there in the tree is very bad. He did that smoke because he thought that enemies are gonna, you know, split the side from short and essentially, you know, engage the Cypher. Okay, but if you wanna do that, we always do the one-way smoke. Because enemies from short cannot push this smoke. I mean, they can push it, but they're effed up if you catch a good moment of time to pick them and kill them. Like it's a one-way smoke through which it is really hard to push. And most of the times, enemies are not going to have the confidence to push this smoke.
Oh, please slow, sorry.
They
Spike planted.
walled me off. Heaven, come with me.
Here, like, I really think that Deadlock did a wall on tower. You had to break that wall, man. You just had to do it. To apply additional layer of pressure. Because right now, when you're retaking the A side through short only, I mean, enemies can be up here on these angles. Maybe Deadlock can go up and F you up from that position. Like, when you're like in a numbers disadvantage, you know, team play is really hard. And you need to take more risk, essentially. And to apply some pressure elsewhere. But this might work. Let's see.
Shadows traveling. Stopping fire.
Also in this elo, only God knows if that wall is actually good. Maybe Deadlock did some really bad wall.
Blinding.
Last player
Deadlock is
standing.
hell.
40 underneath.
Pitiful.
Nice. Damn, nice
Nah.
try. I...
You in this round you had to apply some pressure, like from the tower. Like, you know, as long as the enemies have, like, at least destroying the wall and then going short. Because as long as the enemies don't have to worry about you coming through through this position, they can just lock down the A short and lock down the main. Like, even if you didn't want to go up tower alone, you had to destroy the wall. Just to apply an additional layer of pressure.
Sorry, I felt trapped. I thought they were gonna like spray me.
Bye.
Okay.
I am everywhere.
Now in this round, I am 100% playing B side. In the first round, enemies went A. Second round, B. Third round, A. I have a Cypher on A side with a Reyna and Jet. I'm playing Classic Pistol Shorty on B side. And I'm trying to stop the enemy's push. I mean, Shorty is really the weapon that you need to master in these eco rounds on the claustrophobic maps such as Ascent, Bind, Split, etc. So, Classic Shorty, destroying the Sova drone, Sova dart, and then we can play Classic Shorty here with this type of a smoke and F up the enemies through this smoke and kill them, or we can just do a regular smoke, wait on this position, kill one enemy here, get a Classic Pistol, and continue the fight with the enemies. And also, in this round, your Reyna, once again, is going for the aggressive peek in the Omen area of the map. She needs a one-way smoke. She doesn't need it, but she needs it. You need to support her.
Trying out some new trips. It's crazy.
My gamble would have been incorrect, but even if I played B side, I would have done the one-way smoke for that Reyna. Just to be safe. You know, enemies can still pass that one-way smoke. Enemies can still, like, you know, kill your Reyna. But you reduce the chances of your Reyna dying by maybe, like, 30%? 30% is okay, you know?
Yes.
We got numbers. We're chilling.
They're rotating.
And these, you know, these smokes that you're deploying close to the choke points, but you need to make them more believable. You cannot... What is this smoke? I mean, sure, there is a chance enemies are gonna push it in this elo, but come on, you're not only playing to fuck up the stupid, like, diamond, platinum, gold players. You're always improving in Valorant with a mindset, I want to fuck up Radiant players as well.
What kind of gun do you have, Mel?
Classic.
Cover going out.
Careful mid.
Reyna's market.
If no one's watching our tree, close it. Close the door.
Enemy down.
Oh my god.
Ready.
Okay, they're split. They're split.
Spike down
Nice,
B.
nice. Okay.
One enemy remaining.
Dude, they are just throwing.
Okay.
Hyper classic.
Yeah.
Fight together? Very good.
Bro,
Okay,
I
good,
killed
good.
the ISO with the classic.
Listen, here, your duo, Malaria, he went A short. Them they does this. Eine meine deine. If my teammate is doing that, especially in this round where we made a numbers advantage, like we were 4 versus 3, I would also move A short as well. Like, I told you, like, as soon as you make numbers advantage on Ascent, you can sell a bit of the map control and just focus on the refrag potential. And that's it. Now, in this round again, I'll play on the B side. Why? Because of the rule of fear. Like, we effed up the enemy's push on A this round. Last time, when we effed up the enemy's push on A, they actually immediately turned the focus on B. So in this round, we should give the one-way smoke for our ISO in the B main area of the map. Or a one-way smoke for our Reyna, because she's peeking mid. Nobody's fighting for the A main. So, like, you know, we're either doing this, or we're doing this. And whoever you protect, it's okay. Probably the B-man smoke is a bit better because Reyna doesn't need to commit to the fight, you know, like.
Reloading. Let's go.
Reyna, I might ult here. I just need to protect my body.
Enemy spotted mid.
We got numbers.
Fight with your teammates, man. Like I don't know what's happening here. Like, on the defender side of this map, everything is about refrag potential. Like, your Jet is going short. Your Reyna is bot to mid fighting the enemies. What are you doing in the garden? Like here? You know, I'm moving close to this wall and I'm baiting the shit out of my teammates. If they wanna fight some stupid fights that I don't wanna fight, I don't need to take them first. You know, if they already have a confidence to go for this play, okay. But I'm still gonna fight with them. I'm still gonna play on a reframe potential, especially on a defender's side. Here, my jet is all the way here. At that moment of time, I'm at least on this angle, holding the tiles. We see 3 enemies on mid. Paranoimus Rex peeking out. Also, 2 of my teammates wanna fight mid. This smoke, I don't know. This smoke or this smoke. You need to have one of these smokes, depending what type of a scenario you're playing and where are the enemies at that moment of time. You need to support your teammates more, like your more aggressive teammates. You're definitely playing way too passively. Look at this, his jet is pushing short, Reyna is fighting bottom mid.
Down mid.
Nah, my dude
Multiple enemies
is being chilling, brother.
mid.
Now fuck, okay, listen here. Sorry for getting angry. One-way smokes rule is the following. If you cannot find a one-way in less than 2 or 3 seconds, fuck it. Just do a normal smoke or don't even do that smoke. 2 or 3 seconds is already too much if you wanted to do some kind of a smoke, and you should fight with your teammates. Like here, if I cannot find this one way on top of the lamp in less than, 2 seconds. Okay, fuck it. Let's pull out the paranoia. Let's go, Jet. Let's go. Let's fight. Let's hold this off angle. Try to get a kill. Jet is peeking. Let's peek with her. Let's make the enemies thinking that we went up there. Jet peeks. Then I peek with the Jet. Keeping our location a secret, fighting together.
Cover going out.
Reloading.
I don't know the new
Dude, what the
I don't know.
fuck, dude? I'm fucking the fuck out of them.
Huh?
I don't know, this guy's on
Okay.
something. There's still
There's a
cap.
lot of trees.
Okay. Also, listen. Whenever you're playing behind the smokes in Valorant, behind the walls as well, like, never stand in the most common lines that get sprayed or like where enemies can get some lucky shot on you. Like if I had this type of a smoke with a tripwire for A short, I would just be hiding here like this and waiting for the enemies to destroy the tripwire, and then I peek out. That's the timing for you to go out. You don't need to hold this because of the tripwire. And also the paranoia was mega wasted. Absolutely. Because you have a tripwire for A short, you have a smoke. It would be much better if you use this paranoia to fight the enemies. Wait for them to destroy the trip, and once they're moving in, Paranoimus Rex, take kills, go out.
I don't know.
Fuck, dude.
You guys on something. There's still cap.
There's a lot of trees. Alright, so can you try to get those kills?
Yeah, 12 hit 40, they're pushing back.
Like, there's just so many better things that you could have done in this round, Like, so many better things. From supporting your teammates better. From stopping the enemies pushing A-shore better. Finding that one-way smoke a bit faster. I mean, Omen requires the same practice that you do with lineups. Basically, every Omen main, one of the main things that you want to practice is a fast utility usage. Throughout the steps, smokes, paranoia, everything. Like you spend like 15-20 minutes every single day in a custom server practicing the smokes that that are usually hard for you to find. From the positions where you cannot place them fast enough. So like, it's like there's so many better things that you could have done instead of taking this 50-50 duel and then dying. But you put yourself in this spot. Enemies didn't put you in this position. Your teammates didn't put you in this position. You just didn't react on what your teammates were doing. And also utility usage could have been much, much better.
Oh, I guess.
Oh, is it?
Okay, so in the last round, enemies actually defaulted towards mid. So in this round, I really have no idea what enemies are gonna do, you know? And yes, we can play on the A side. Like, basically on Ascent, like, whenever you have no idea what enemies are gonna do, you want to fight either for A main or B main control. And generally speaking, most of the time, you should play on the A side and gamble on the A side. But here, in this round, for an example, I have two duelists on B side. We can see that based on the Jett's body posture, she is gonna play aggressively in A short. So who should we support? How do we play this round? Our Jett is here. Just a second. Iso here. Reyna here. We're playing in short together with Jett, trying to bait the enemies and trying to, you know, refrag our Jett. But at the start of the round, I'm placing this one-way smoke for my teammates in B main. Why? Because this Reyna, look at the minimap. Oh, she's peeking in the B main 100%. 100%.
Why haven't you been requesting? What the heck? You're so requesting.
And even if she... Okay, she is actually not peeking it. But even if she is not peeking it, that one-way smoke is most of the times going to condition the enemies to waste at least 2, maybe even 3 pieces of utility in order to cross it. Maybe that one-way smoke is gonna delay the enemy's push a bit, which is gonna make the enemies lose that timing for something. And also, in this round, we should have pushed A short with a Jett. Like, this play is mega risky. She's playing alone. No one is there to refrag her. And I mean, your Cypher is kinda lucky in the A set. I mean, he doesn't have a single, like, tripwire, but at least we, you know, Jett has higher chances of dying than Cypher. Whew.
Multiple enemies mid.
Listen, another tip. So, first of all, when you're mastering and learning the one-way smokes, first thing that you need to understand is, like, on what type of shit I want to put that one-way smoke. Like, where does that one-way lands? So you need to observe and memorize how does the wall, ledge, looks like where you want to put that one-way smoke. Second thing, if the position where you want to do a one-way smoke is already within your sight, do the one-way not in a shadow form, but do it like this. Just drop it like this. That's it, simple.
Okay, this guy's so loud.
What?
Yeah, like, I muted him. Like, I'm okay.
I still no shield.
Okay. Okay, this is insta rotation. This is insta rotation. In this round, you know, your team has died CT. You have no one holding the market. I will instantly rotate towards the CT. Cypher is lucky in the short with a tripwire. We don't know what enemies are gonna do. There's a huge chance they're gonna commit towards the B push. Rotata potato. To be honest, I would actually use the ultimate on the B side in order to be able to support my Reyna and Iso as soon as possible.
You inked it. So you go to mid.
Ooh, we need to be careful here. Enemies can be close. Okay, paranoia, I guess.
In market.
Yeah, they're in market.
Okay, your angle clearing is very slow, and also, like, you're not abusing the silent step mechanic to the full potential. You're just clearing, you know, the angles. You know, you're doing a very short distance clearing. Like, for example, like you're doing this. Brother, like, silent step, you can go all the way like this. Like, you can press that key for a much longer period of time before you make a footstep. Like, don't do this. Don't go for the micro clearing. Like, you know, this is the first angle. Bop. Second angle. Third angle. Fourth angle. Like, just look at it.
In market.
That is mega slow. Mega slow. And if the enemies peek you at the wrong moment of time, at the right moment of time, or if enemies like or have the angle perception advantage over you, you're dead. For example, like, you know, when you're clearing these angles, and let's say you stop here. So let's say with this angle clearing, you stopped here. This guy actually sees your shoulder. He sees you before you see him because of the angle perception advantage. You're much closer to this wall compared to him. So that is why, like, when you're clearing the angles in Valorant, you really want to, you don't want, you know, you want to cut the pie, but a bit larger slice of the pie. You know, like this. Like, we're clearing that angle, this angle, and I didn't make a footstep. A bit faster, bigger pies going in and out. That's it. Like, it took you so much time to actually clear these positions. And it's another thing that you can just practice in a custom server during the deathmatch. You know, it's just a muscle memory and like something that you just rinse and repeat 24/7.
It's you and me.
Okay. Listen here. In this round, once again, we have absolutely no idea where the enemies are gonna go. You know, but once again, the same thing is happening. Like, your Reyna is looking towards the B main. She's fighting actually for the B main control. Your Jett is looking towards the short. She's probably gonna peek the short again, same as she did every single effing round. Support the Jett. Give the one-way smoke to the Reyna. And that's it. What's the problem?
Watch this.
It's you and me.
Now, when it comes to the ISO duel, I only have like one tip. I actually have a lot of the tips for the ISO ultimate. You know, like basically, okay, let's replicate the duel. Like, this is the wall, this is the wall, and this is the wall, and ISO is here. Just a second. You're here. So, tip number one: if you have a close range weapon, you're forced to push through the middle as soon as possible. Basically, going sideways through this wall and then gambling whether or not he is left or right. Like, with a classic pistol, Stinger, Judge, Bucky, Shorty, like, you're forced to do that. Now, if you have a long range weapon, you can maybe jiggle peek through the smoke with a classic pistol, try to destroy his shield, go back, and then take a duel with him when when you destroy his shield. Third tip: always place your crosshair based on which flicks are stronger for you. Like, every single player in Valorant, you will have the basically, you will always be more precise by doing one set of flicks, either flicking left or flicking right. Like, no matter how much you aim train, like, one type of flicks is always gonna feel a bit more unnatural. For right-handed players, most of the times, like, it is much easier for you to, like, flick right instead of flicking left, because you have more space on the right side compared to the left side. I'm better at right flicks than left. Exactly. So what does that tell you? That tells you that when you're gambling, instead of the ISO ultimate, you should hold the left angle like this. And then you're only doing the right flicks to kill that ISO. That is how I fight in his ultimate. Like, I'm always holding the left swing and I'm flicking right. When I'm playing ISO, I'm always holding, once again, the left swing. Essentially here. And I'm going for the right flicks. So, and that's basically it. Like, nothing else. Just a 50-50 fight. Good luck. Okay. Okay. It is what it is, you know? I mean, he has the advantage in that ultimate, and you need to hit like a burst fire. It's a raw mechanical gunfight, like nothing can actually help you there. Okay, so basically in that last round, like, enemies faked the push on A, and they went B, and they lost the round, somehow. Now in this next round, like, why are we not buying? Brother, like, listen, your economy is your team's economy. Your team's economy is yours economy. It's a team play game. If your ISO already has the money to buy you, ask for the vendor. Your Cypher friend can drop you a Judge, which can be a very powerful weapon on a defender side of Ascent. Your Cypher friend can drop you a Bulldog. Maybe, you know. But why are you playing Sheriff in this round? If your teammates are playing a full buy, we have money to buy, like, what's the problem? If you request a weapon from your teammates and they don't drop you, on a defender side of Ascent, man, fuck the Sheriff, bro. With Omen, buy the Judge with a Paranoia. You have like 2,200 credits left. Buy the Stinger, Shorty, Paranoia. Amazing weapon for a defender's side. That's why you need to have better weapon variety in order to have like a more like easier time killing the enemies in these like eco rounds, halberd rounds. Like your place like not only be like getting one taps. I mean, how the hell you're gonna one tap with a Sheriff, ISO with a shield? I mean, like chances of you winning a 50-50 duel against the ISO that has a shield and you have a one tap weapon, semi-automatic one tap weapon, below like 30%, maybe even less. No, he went with the Sheriff. He went with the Sheriff and Light Shield. Listen, I mean, yes, like, you know, A site is our default site and all of that stuff, but brother, you know, if all of your teammates are playing A and mid, someone has to defend the B site. Especially in this match, like, we really don't know, we don't have any good reads onto the enemies. Yes, they prioritize A site and mid more than B. They went B only one time, 2 times maybe. But right now, I mean, you were conditioned to play B side. And anyways, like when you have the Omen ultimate, we can always do some gambles. You know? Like in this round, it's okay for you to play on B. Even though we think that enemies will maybe go A and mid, because we F them up on B set last round, because of Rule of Fear. You do ultimate, like whatever. I mean, like, you can instantly support your teammates, help rotate instantly, you know, help them out, that's it. Use it for a fast rotation. And once again, you should have done the one-way smoke for your teammates in Omen. I mean, look at this guy. I don't know, both of them are peeking, swinging in a dry gunfight. Maybe enemy ISO is going to use, here's the debuff. Reyna is going to use a flash. Your ISO or Reyna dies, they, you know, enemies open the bomb set with a deadlock out. Like, you need to use some one-way smoke at the start of the round to delay the enemy's push and to also like take some space from the enemies. Yeah. That smoke in the Omen should always be deeper. Like if you want to stop the enemy's push, this is how the smoke should look like. Why are we denying this space to the enemy team? We're denying it so that the enemy jet needs to get all the way here in order to dash on top of the generator. Or to dash into the generator. Otherwise, she needs to waste one of her smokes in order to go there. And she doesn't have a second smoke. Then, when the enemies are using the flashes, you know, they cannot pop flash from this smoke and go out. I mean, yes, they can do it, but they still need to travel this distance in order to push into the bomb site. And while they're doing that, your teammates might collide them, kill them, spam them, you never know. When you have this type of a smoke, you know, Reyna is just gonna get in the smoke, instantly use a flash, go out. KO can underthrow the flash, he is out. Phoenix, pop flash.
They broke my trip.
Okay, good. Okay, we should rotate on tower. In this scenario on Ascent, to be honest, like, it's okay. Yeah, you don't need a B-side controller, nothing. Like, also your jet should tuck in as well. Like, if I was this jet, I would just reposition here, watching the market and CT, and that's it. We can just play a 5v4 retake. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Like, enemies are eco. Hull by easy round for us.
I shouldn't
I
have
might be
smoked.
pushing mid again, Jet.
But that our teammates are mega stupid as well.
Cover going out.
Okay.
I just don't mid.
Hmm?
Oh, they're still A.
They smoked off A, yeah. They're running in.
Yeah, okay. Smoking for you.
Or not?
Okay. 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 I mean, teleporting into market was fine. Well, I would have done the same thing to pick up the operator from my jet that just died. The only different thing that I would have done, when the ISO was doing the wall, I would go all the way here. So after I miss a shot, or I hit the shot, I can just reposition immediately and that's it. You know, ISO cannot run me down with his wall. But okay.
Oh no, they're in.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
And we know that ISO was mid, so he's probably short or market.
Who's mid?
Wait. Play with you. We don't overheat. We don't overheat. Spike's here.
Yeah, I got a trip. I have a cam, but
30 seconds left.
I mean, Cypher should have definitely played with you in the main. I mean, ISO has the ultimate. If he ults you somehow in the main, I mean, GG with the operator. Like, you're not gonna win that fight. I don't know. It's just much easier here to play on a refrag potential, but we have a deadlock wall on A short. We can just hold the tower or aim in. It's okay. It's whatever. Like, I mean, there's no way we'll lose this round, right? Yeah, no way.
nice.
No way.
Good job.
I would have also repositioned into A main. Like, there's no reason to play on the site with the spike that is on site. Okay, here. Last time, what happened, man? When enemy ISO had ultimate, what happened last time? He ulted A site. Why? Because our Cypher had been playing A site 24/7. Most of the times, you know, players in Valorant have the mentality. I'm gonna use the ISO ultimate wherever the fuck is the enemy sentinel. So right now, chances are really high that enemies are gonna go A. And personally, we need to, like, you know, if our teammates don't want to fight for the A main aggressively, we need to use some cheesy strategy to maybe fuck up the enemies and make a numbers advantage. In this round, I will do this specific strategy. So, essentially, I will play fully passively on the rafters behind this box. I'm waiting for the enemies to start the execution of the bomb site. You know, I hear the drone, see the dart, something like that. We drop this smoke. We're waiting for the moment of time when an enemy is closing the switch, surprising that enemy, taking a kill and getting the fuck away. This strat gives you a free kill 9 out of 10 times, because for some reason, these days players are not spamming this box. They're not even checking it, to be honest. Like, I guess it became such a common angle that players are like, man, there's no way someone is gonna play that. You know? And killing the guy that is going for the switch is very easy because he is the most overexposed. You know, he needs to be looking like left, right, behind the generator, here, there. Easy kill for you. If your teammates already want to play super passively. But once again, I would give the smoke some one-way smoke on mid because Jet and Reyna, I don't know what they're gonna do. Okay, never mind. All of your teammates are playing passively. Except ISO, maybe?
I saw A.
Yeah. It was very obvious they're gonna go Ascent in this round. Very, very obvious. Like, you need to remember that players in Valorant are mainly lacking adaptiveness and unpredictability. The players are very repetitive. Like, when you see the players using an ultimate in one area of the map, most of the times they're gonna try to repeat the same shit the second time when they have the ultimate in that same half. So here, you know, playing this specific strat is just like, you know,
Oh, she missed.
it made more sense.
Careful.
I don't know what you're doing here, but as soon as that Clove got tagged, I would have done the paranoia and try to delay fully and fully stop the enemy's push.
Wow, that sounds different.
Territory, my rules.
Brother, enemies miss the ISO ultimate and Deadlock ultimate. You need to be a special type of player to miss Deadlock and ISO ultimate. Do you recommend operator with immobile agents like Cypher or ISO? Absolutely. Like, in Valorant, you should use like every weapon on every map, depending what type of strategy you want to do, and depending how you want to counter the enemies. On both attackers and defender side. If you see an opening with a specific weapon that you can use it. You know. It's just like, that's how Valorant works. Like, you cannot only play like Sheriff, Vandal, Phantom 24/7. Short, every weapon. Every weapon. Except Frenzy. That I would never buy in my opinion. Stinger is better than Spectre. And Ares is just like, you know, Ares, like, I think it's just stupid to invest money into that weapon. And Bucky is like, why would you play Bucky when you have a shorty, you know? Like, Bucky is like hit or miss, like, it's very mega unreliable. Even more than shorty, in my opinion. But every other weapon you should use and learn.
They missed again. 2 ults missed. Deadlock on the left.
I mean, you're not faking anyone here, but okay. To be honest, like, I mean, Spike is in front of you here. Just smoke the choke point deep, and enemies cannot pick up the spike. I don't know what's the problem. Where's the spike?
So weird. I kind of like that.
Crosshair placement a bit off for this position. You know, their head is actually here, not here. But I'm tracking all of your mechanical problems, like, based on, you know, what I see. In this VOD, I'm gonna give you some kind of a training.
Reyna and Deadlock left.
Very good if you're jiggle picking this angle. Holding it would be way too dangerous.
Oh.
Crosshair placement for midgets, brother.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, she's one.
Spike down mid.
Okay, okay. I don't know. I mean, here, instead of fighting the enemies in these clean fights and stuff like that, we could have just spammed this position with the smokes. Spike is here. They need to pick it up. That's it. Okay, whatever. It's okay. Now, in this round, once again, you know, I have no idea where enemies are gonna go. Like, we really have no reads at all. But Arena is once again looking towards the B main. You know, she is ready to go full Monkey King mode. So we need to give him a one-way smoke. And here, I will probably start around A short, so that I'm able to maybe support my Jet. If she maybe distracts the enemies from Pizza. And we can maybe capitalize on that kill. But playing Pestle with a Cypher here, like, I don't know. Also, your Cypher is mega repetitive, like, he is never changing his setups, playing the same position. Like, if I was playing against this Cypher, this guy is dead.
I'll go watch your tree, actually.
Oof. Start fighting more aggressively on the defender side of Ascent. Support your teammates more with your utility at the start of the round. On this map, you should always have one-way smoke that's like a default for you. You know? Like support, there's always some smoke that you can do to support your teammates. And that's it.
I think there'd be.
Also here, like, as soon as your Reyna got a contact with that ISO in the B-main, I would instantly do a smoke for the B-main. Here, I'm doing the smoke. But there's nothing better for me to do. I'm rotating from location uno to location dos. What else should I do?
There'd be.
Just anchor.
A linker.
Cover going out.
Close your door if you don't feel safe.
I see everything.
And to be honest, it's okay that he rotated here. But I would probably not rotate CT. I would rotate towards my Jet in market so I can play with the Jet and hold the mid for her. Why is this fast rotation good? Because enemies usually play together as 5. They were committing to the pushes. They only faked in 1 round. And anyways, like, Ascent is the map where refrag potential is everything on a defender's side.
I think she's far left wall.
Smoke mid, smoke mid.
Took your tree?
But he definitely should have played with the Jet.
Mid, for Jet.
Oh, she thinks so.
Yeah, I forgot you muted her.
Yeah. Oh, next time.
Watch us crossfire.
You need to, like, I don't know what is this jiggle peeking. You need to be more careful. Like, you need to... I have a video that's gonna help you out. Okay. Like, I have one very special private coaching video that's gonna help you out with all of these problems. But you need to start thinking more about the angle perception advantage. Like, if you don't see an angle, that doesn't mean that enemies don't see you on your angle. You're way too close to this wall. You cannot make these micro movements. Like, this is what you're doing. I'm gonna showcase you. So, let me just explain you in game. So, you're doing this. You're not even checking that angle. This is what you were doing. Like, something like this. If you're here, enemies already see your shoulder from this position. They are ready for the fight and ready for your peek. Like, if I wanna hold this angle, I'm just gonna hold it from this position and do this. Wider swings, wider jiggle peek with a full silent step mechanic, or I'm just gonna do this. But at the end of the day, I would just be jump spotting the enemies to get the full information. Why? Because my Jet is playing here with the operator. I cannot allow the enemies to sneak up here, do some kind of a stupid flash, and delete my Jet. Maybe they're gonna smoke you, flash the Jet, you're dead. And the enemies are already here.
Jet.
Okay, she doesn't have the
My
operator.
trip entry.
Rotato potato!
Blinding.
There's a deadlock. Fuck. And mid too, dude.
Personally, I would just ignore the deadlock and I would just play with my Cypher, and because you don't know what that deadlock is gonna do. Maybe she goes back. You know, one thing that I really do in Valorant is, like, I never greed for the guns. Like, even if I kill an enemy with a Stinger and he drops a Vandal, if it is too risky to get that Vandal, I'm not gonna greed for it. Especially when I'm 5 versus 3. So only God knows what that deadlock is gonna do.
Chill.
But we know that
They're
enemies are
coming in.
definitely in the garden, and Cypher is gonna get penetrated, brother. We need to go. Cypher is dying. Cypher is dying. Cypher is dying. Cypher is the best player alive, bro!
One enemy remaining.
Fucking god, man!
You know Deadlock's out?
Deadlock was Marcus, so we need to check her back right now. Try to support your teammates a bit more, you know? Like, Cypher needed your help, brother. Like, you know, it's your duo, man. You're selling the bro. Or... I don't know if it's a bro.
30 seconds left. On A.
Okay, Deadlock was like, market.
I
She's
know.
either short or behind us. Okay, all good. But you did nothing, literally. You need to be a bit faster to support your teammates, man. Like, your team play game doesn't exist. Like, probably you have a high KST because you're not dying that much. You know? Yeah, you're probably winning, like, some of these 1v1 duels. You don't die that much, so you don't need to be traded at all. Or get a trade, but... I don't know, man, like... You're too slow. Start running. Now, in this round, again... enemies are really focused on mid. And, aim and area of the map. So, let's continue playing A and short. As long as that works for us. Is Phantom or Vandal better for Omen? Brother, you should play the weapon. Like, weapon that you play is never dictated by the agent that you play. It is dictated by the map, by the strategy, and it is dictated by the economy, and by your personal playstyle. So, you should learn both Vandal and Phantom. But you should stick to the gun that you prefer. Gun with which you have better performance, better statistics, is the gun for you. Period. The only maps on which you're conditioned to play Vandal over Phantom is like Abyss, Breeze, and Icebooks. You know, to some degree. On every other map, like, it's your personal preference. Pearl, maybe for pushing like a B site, B long, you know. Or holding the B long.
Something about ISO nerds. He didn't know.
But what?
About ISO nerds.
Okay, I'm not gonna repeat myself anymore. Like, one of your main problems, we were just gonna keep it at this. One of your main problems on the defender side of Ascent, you're way too passive. Mega passive. You need to start taking more space from the enemy team in the A-man or B-man area of the map, or on mid. You need to start. You don't need to commit to the fight with the enemies. Just semi-contest them. Try to get a kill. Try to waste some kind of a utility from them before they reach the choke points. You don't want to allow the enemies to walk all the way up here and to execute a site. If you're already starting passively on A site or B site, the bare minimum that you should be doing is like jiggle picking this angle. Bare minimum. And you don't need to commit to the fight. Just go for one tap and get the fuck out on some off angle or something. Play more with your teammates. Play on a refrag potential. Support them. And start using utility for them. If your teammates are going for the aggressive plays, do the one-way smokes. On Ascent, we have a one-way for all of these positions. For every single choke point, we have a one-way. There's like 20 one-ways on this map that we can use. TED Talk done. Raging done. Let's see the round.
Oh. I forgot about that.
Push B fast.
Okay.
Even when it's unupgraded.
Okay, here, what is very important is that we, you know, whenever you have a teammate that is lurking or flanking, such as this jet, our jet is behind the enemies. You really want to pressure the enemies as much as you can. You don't want to commit to the fights and die, but try to spam them, try to jiggle pick them, try to use maybe a paranoia or something to distract them. You need to distract them. That's the key word here.
That.
But you don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. Like here, for example, I will not even go CT because my Reyna is in the market. Like I always, on Ascent, I really always make sure that I double down with my allies that are closer to me. Because map control doesn't matter that much on this specific map. Like if my Reyna is playing alone in market with the operator, I'm not gonna go CT and fight alone. I'm gonna fight with Reyna and use her life. And just wait for the Cypher to rotate. Apply the pressure from the market, wait for the jet to complete the lurk and flank, and then we do together a 4v4 retake, like normal human beings.
Forgot about that. Unupgraded. I really like that.
I mean, this might work. You know, I don't know. Like, but a safer, more efficient, statistically better play would be to play like in the market with Reyna. And to just waste the time from the enemies, distract them until the Jet completes the lurk. We stay alive and play a 4v4 retake. Statistically, you'll have 30, 40, 50% higher chance of winning the round like that. Instead of, you know, going for this solo play. Let's see the clip.
I might just buy it and have it unupgraded.
They're out there.
Okay. Okay. I mean, to be honest, if I did this shrouded step, I mean, it's a very risky like play. When you go for this play alone without any smokes, it's mega giga risky, you know. Like, you're in a crossfire here alone, and this is the play that we do like sometimes, like, and also when I do this play, like a lot of times, like what I love to do, I love to connect this smoke with this smoke, and then I teleport like in that corner there, and then from this corner I go for a, you know, first I kill the enemies there. Like, you don't need that shrouded steps. You can just do this paranoia, get in the smoke, and now you isolate the fight on the site, or you isolate the fights at the front site.
I might just buy it.
I teleport in this position only if I have a teammate that is fighting on site or fighting in the B main or, you know, front side here. But okay.
Have it unupgraded.
Plant.
I just think that in this specific round, if you just play it together, this is an easy round to win. Easy peasy lemon ale squeezy. It was wall in that distance. Oh yeah, you're actually right. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay, man. Iso has the ultimate again. Enemy Iso. You know, summon your inner chakra or something. I don't know, man. Like your third eye. Tenshin Han, brother. Tenshin Han. Like, where did Iso use his ultimate? 2 times during this half. A site. What do we play? A site. Do we need to play aggressive? No. We cannot play aggressive alone, because if Iso picks us up in the ultimate, no matter if we win or lose the Iso duel, we're gonna get fucked. But the bare minimum that we should be doing right now is, you know, playing behind this box and waiting for the enemies to hit the switch. And that's it.
I saw A.
The hunt begins. Shadows traveling. It's you and me.
he missed his ultimate 2 times, bro. 2 times. This size is molding, bro.
Oh my god.
And that ultimate is this big, bro. That ultimate covers, like, there's no way, man. That ultimate covers, brother, like, look at this, bro. How you can just do it like, you do it like this, you probably pick someone, man. You probably pick someone. Like, what the fuck? Wait for the drone, you know, like, but you know, that's the mistake that Iso is making. He's instantly using the ultimate. You need to wait for the drone, wait for the execute. Like, the best moment of time to use the Iso ultimate is when your teammates are ready to execute a site. Because then they're probably gonna be like 4 versus 1 or 4 versus 2 on the site. 1 enemy is in the ultimate. No matter if you win or lose that in the ultimate, you still win. I mean, that guy is probably gonna die from your teammates. Okay.
That cage was an accident.
Listen, once you destroy this arrow, like, you had to... You place this smoke, like, you need to track your smoke, like, okay, listen. Whenever you do a smoke in Valorant with Omen, always look at the timer right here, when that smoke is gonna expire. Like, if you paid attention to the timer, you would have known that you need to re-smoke that as soon as you destroy that dart. Because once you deploy the Omen smoke, if this timer is around 16, 15, or 17 seconds, smoke is going down. Because the Omen smokes last for around, like, I forgot, like 14 point something, 15 seconds.
It was an accident.
So essentially, you know, at around 16 seconds, you already need to recharge the smoke. Like when you see the number 16 right here. And then, like, you could have maybe repositioned towards the box. Paranoia the enemies that are pushing in instead of being in a wide open. Anyways, like, if your teammates are already fighting aggressively on the bomb site, I mean, once again, what you could have done here, you simply TP here, destroy the dart, re-smoke, enemies are pushing in, surprise the enemies, maybe do paranoia, you know, TP away, do the paranoia, fight with your teammates. Always, like, pay attention to the timer. Like, Omen smokes last for around, like, 14 point something seconds. 14.5 or something. But once they are deployed, you know, if the smoke is traveling for 2 seconds, this travel time is not being counted. So that is why, like, when you're looking at this timer, you usually look at, like, you know, the smoke is going to disappear at around, like, 14, 13 seconds. So when there's like 15, 16 seconds, you need to instantly be like, there's 15, 16 seconds, I need to recharge the smoke. I need to replenish the smoke in that specific area of the map. Overall, you know what you can do a bit better on a defender's side. Like, this can get much better. Like, with the strategy that you performed, with your initial positioning, you're not really investing yourself into reading the enemies. You're not paying enough attention to your teammates as well. Like, you don't give a fuck about your teammates. You just react on whatever is happening on the map. Instead of trying to compensate the mistake of your allies, use their life to fight together the enemies, and win the rounds and matches together. Like, you're letting them do whatever the fuck they want. That's why Omen is good in solo queue. Like, you can compensate a lot of the bad plays from your teammates if you support them with your utility. Like, almost every single bad play that your allies do, you can compensate it in some kind of a way. Sometimes, I even intentionally fuck up my teammates with a one-way smoke. If I think that pushing a specific area on the map is absolutely degenerate. You know? But yeah. Overall, I can see why like, your win rate on Ascent is bad. And why, like, not win rate on Ascent, why like, you're not winning so many matches. Like your team play can be much, much better, and overall, like, way how you play the maps in Valorant. Okay, now let's see the attacker side. Okay, now, let's see what our friend is, Billy the Kid, is doing on the attacker side of Ascent with Omen. So, first of all, some basic level knowledge when it comes to the Ascent in ranked solo queue. Your number 1 priority and a default bomb site is A site. Number 2 priority, B site or mid area of the map. And number 3 priority, B site or mid area of the map. I mean, both B and mid are, like, kind of on Ascent. Like, if enemies don't know how to defend A site, just keep abusing A site as long as it's working for you, essentially. And if A site is not working, then we need to put our focus onto the mid and onto the B site. Essentially, like, in the first 4 to 6 rounds on the attacker side of Ascent, you want to try pushing together as 5 towards the A site, towards the B site, and using the mid kind of like a last resort. Like, and also, I mean, on Ascent, team compositions matter a lot. You know, for an example, on Ascent, if enemies have like 2 sentinels, but when I say sentinels, I only mean these 2 guys, boys and girls, and eine, meine, deine. So if enemies have 2+ of these agents, like Sage and Cypher, Sage and Killjoy, God forbid, Killjoy and Cypher, already from the round numero 1, you need to start fighting for the mid area of the map. And you need to split the bomb sites. you know, doing a 2-3 split onto the A site, where you go short with your teammates and the spike goes A main, or doing a 1-4 split onto the B site, where spike goes mid and you go mid as well with your teammates. Now, if enemies have only one of these, you know, noob agents, then like the best pattern of pushing on Ascent is like 3 rounds in a row, testing the enemies on A together as 5, and then in the 4th round, we are faking A and going B. Who should fake the A site? Like basically your initiator and sentinel, essentially. And you should just give them a smoke for short, and then we slowly creep into the B site as they're faking the A site. Because if you push the same bomb site 3 rounds in a row, you apply enormous amount of mental pressure onto the enemies there. Even if you lose the rounds, there is a huge chance, like enemies will rotate a bit faster, essentially. So in this specific match, enemies have zero real sentinels. You know, Deadlock is like whatever. It's so easy to dodge her traps and to outmaneuver the Deadlock on the bomb site, especially when you're playing Omen. So against this enemy's team composition, my primary focus in the earlier stages of the game should be and would be A site. And then if the A site is not working, I'll be testing the fakes and testing the enemies on the mid area of the map as well. So here, like, your Reyna and Jett going mid, absolutely unnecessary. Like, what I would have done in this round, I would just buy a classic pistol, light shield, 2 smokes, 2 shrouded steps. Hey guys, let's push fast A. We're pushing A. If no one is going here, I'm gonna go up here, help my teammates from this position, smoke this, and smoke this. And then, as my teammates are going out, I will teleport into this corner, and from this corner support them and play with them. Or I'll teleport into my Jett smoke, essentially. Now, in Platinum Elo, essentially in the ranks below, like, let's say, Immortal, I would actually instantly go for an aggressive Omen setup, because you cannot really trust your duelist in this Elo. Like, you never know with what type of an idiot you're playing. So in the first round, I would actually do this, and TP on top of the site. And then from this position, we can do an enormous amount of aggressive plays. We can fake the shrouded steps, revealing the enemies on the site, and then killing them. We can also teleport all the way down there, here, and from this position, surprise the enemies and kill them. Or simply, you can just chill in your smoke, wait for your teammates to get a contact with the enemies, and then peek out and kill them. So depending on which elo you play, depends what type of strategy you should execute. Like in high elo lobbies, I would actually, you know, just do normal smokes and teleport there, because TPing there is usually safe. Like if your duelists are actually going in and doing their proper job. But in the lobbies below Immortal, like I would never trust my allies, and I would just always do 1 smoke for my teammates and 1 aggressive smoke for my aggressive play, to take the bombs and control myself. But the worst thing you can do in the first round against this team composition is fighting like, what are we even doing here, man? Like, what are we even doing? Like, basically, here, if you already want to split the A site, I would actually go with my teammates on mid. You know, I would basically buy a classic light shield, 2 smokes, 2 shrouded steps, do this smoke on mid here, push towards the short, and then when we are short, you know, we are slowly taking the short, slowly taking the space. On the first contact with the enemies, or as we're going garden, I would smoke the garden, teleport into this corner, and from this position, you know, separate myself a bit from my teammates, apply more pressure, and move into the site with my allies. Like, there's no way that I would let my Jett and Reyna try to like you know, close the door. Like, I don't know, man. Like in this elo, letting your Jett and Reyna play alone on mid in the first round, that is a brave move. Really brave move. Really brave move. Listen, very good what he did here. You know, usually if the call out is to push fast, you want to push, you know, in front of your teammates, jump spot the enemies, and then take the fight with the enemies. Like, if you're not going slowly, and, you know, pushing like this, I will always run in front of my allies, jump spot the enemies, and then take a duel. But please, when you're jump spotting something, get the information at least. You know, like your jump spot cannot look like this. You need to either jump spot one angle at a time or just do everything. And just, you know, jump spot, swing fast, or just do this, and that's it. It's like, it is really hard to explain the proper jump spotting mechanic. Because, like, it's a mechanical thing for which you need to develop a feeling, so to say. And I've explained jump spotting in Valorant an enormous amount of times. But just spend like 30 minutes in a custom server and just, you know, try to replicate what you see in the videos and all of the tips that players are giving you for this mechanic. Like you run forward towards an angle, jump, and then when you jump, you press S and D keys or S and A key to move backwards. So we do this, or we do this, depending in, you know, if I'm jump spotting this angle, of course, I'm doing SD. But if I'm jump spotting, I don't know, this angle here, we're doing, you know, SA. 30 minutes. Don't be lazy, motherfucker, you know, like, engrave this good habit within your gameplay and don't miss your jump spots.
Deadlock's rowdy.
Okay, listen here. Much better idea in this round. So you have two options in this round. Option number one, we can rotate B and you know, we can reconnect with the Jet, with the Reyna, and okay, let's push B side because their only Sentinel is playing A. But if we want to do that, we need to destroy that deadlock wall to apply pressure onto the enemies. So that enemies from B start rotating A, and enemies on A don't know if we're pushing in. Yo! Sorry, I need to mute this. Thank you for the sub. So essentially, if you are, you know, if you want to rotate, and there is a Sage wall, there is a deadlock wall, destroy that piece of utility before you rotate. If there is a Killjoy turret, destroy the Killjoy turret. Because right now, you know, enemies are kind of safe. You know, they also heard you rotating. Number one. There's no reason to rotate right now from B to A at all. But if you destroy the deadlock wall and you cut the noise, then enemies don't know what you're doing, you know. And second option, that is usually the best option to try in the earlier stages of the game, is following the 20 seconds rule. So in ranked solo queue, 80% of times, it is simply better to use a 20 seconds rule on the attacker side rather than doing enormous amount of rotations like this. Why? Every single rotation is based on a certain amount of luck and timings. You don't know what type of distance your teammates are going to keep between each others. You don't know how well they're going to clear the angles. You don't know how good of a utility you're going to have on the opposite part of the map. You also... Stage 4. You also don't know if your teammates are going to listen to the call out and how they're going to play the whole round. 20-second rule is really good rule that you should use, especially in the elos below, you know, in medium elo and low elo. Why? Because of all of this. So what is a 20-second rule? You cut the noise for 20 seconds after the enemies delay or stop your push in that specific choke point, and then after 20 seconds, we try to execute the bomb set again. So there's a lot of benefits to playing like this instead of allowing your teammates to do whatever the fuck they want and to call for rotations. Benefit number one, we're keeping all of our teammates in check and we're all playing together on a refrag potential. Benefit number two, enemies that are playing on the bomb site are probably gonna lose their focus a bit after 20 seconds because, you know, some of these kids, they have the attention span of a toddler. You know, some of these players, like they have like 5 seconds attention span. Holding an angle for 20 seconds for a lot of Valorant players is a heavy task. You know, heavy mental task, essentially. So maybe we're gonna get some easy kills. Also, there's a lot of noobs that are maybe gonna push you into the A main after 20 seconds. You know, maybe this deadlock is gonna be curious. Hey guys, are you still there? She peeks. You delete that guy, and you push in. After 20 seconds, there is a huge chance that enemies are gonna rotate back to their original positions. And now we're executing A site against the deadlock that doesn't have the wall, or against the killjoy that doesn't have the any more utility, or against the Viper that doesn't have like any more Molotovs, Brimstone that don't have any. You get the point. We already wasted some utility from the enemies with our initial execute, and the second execute is gonna be much, much easier. So especially in the first, like, you know, 4 to 6 rounds, using 20 seconds rule is better than doing enormous amount of rotations on the attacker side and allowing your teammates to do whatever the fuck they want to do. But let's see how this is gonna go. You see here as well, like, he called, let's rotate back. Your Jet disagrees. She's tunnel vision, you know, like, the initial call was to split A site. And this is why in this specific round, I would have actually played with my teammates on mid. Because against this enemy team composition, much higher chances are that my teammates on mid are gonna die, rather than my Cypher and ISO in A main.
Cover going out. Show me a target.
That hit me.
Got one.
Brother. ISO popping off.
Cover going out.
Respect.
Loading.
Doctor disrespect. I mean, hopefully he is not.
Just play here, just play here. Watch.
Very good. Very good. Closing the doors. Repositioning on a good off angle to play the post plant. But also remember always, when you're playing elevated positions in Valorant, with a safe drop. So basically this is the safe drop. Right here. Always play on the bottom edge of that position. After you fire a burst fire, after you like miss a spray or like enemies blind you, reveal you, you can instantly reposition out with your knives out. Reposition with your knives out, and then, you know, you're safe. Like, this should be a safe position for you. This is not the spot where I would commit to the gunfight. Ever. Why would I do that? I'll try to get a kill, drop down, and now re-engage enemies in a different way. You know, maybe play with their mind, or just there's so many things that
Kevin.
we can do.
Okay.
Trust. I'm right here with you.
How you hold the angles, how you play the off angles, how you position yourself is mega important in Valorant. Like that is the basic game knowledge that you need to master.
Could be flake. 1 inch.
Oh, she smoked me out.
Reyna's
Okay.
gonna be tree right now.
This
So
this actually, I will stay in this smoke. I would have played on the edge of it here and just jiggle pick this angle. I don't know why he's going down.
double was market high.
And also right now, he has one smoke that is replenished. Like, there's 2 very good one-ways for the post plant on the A side. Uno way number 1. Uno way number 1. That's what I said. Sorry, guys. Mental breakdown. Enemies cannot push short. One way number 2. It goes exactly right here. Enemies cannot push from the tower. Like, they're always in some kind of a disadvantage. And it's really hard to push. Especially if you're up here. There's no pushing that smoke.
Oh my god, I thought you were an enemy.
This is them.
I have a trip.
This smoke here is a stupid smoke. Why is this smoke stupid right now? Pay attention to the minimap, man. Like, your ISO is coming behind the enemies. This smoke might fuck up your ISO, and ISO is gonna lose the timing onto the enemies. Also, this smoke is disconnecting you from your ISO. So once the enemies break the doors, you cannot support the ISO. Whenever you're playing in a numbers advantage, like, you want to limit your utility usage to the bare minimum. Only the most necessary stuff that you need to win a round. One-way smokes, paranoia when your teammates are not fighting or when your teammates need a paranoia. Don't do any crazy shroud. Like, just hold the gun, play the refrag game. You'll have higher chances of winning that round.
Got 3.
One enemy remaining.
But okay, ISO is machina, brothers. Machina. Okay, not bad.
And
Now, on Ascent, whenever enemies are playing an eco or hull by round on a defender side, you don't need this. You don't need this. You don't need this. Just do a 5-man push on A side. 5-man push on A side is the cleanest push, where your teammates cannot make that many mistakes. Enemies cannot hide on that many corners as they can hide on the B set and in the B main area of the map. Always call for that. And on the attacker side, only on Icebooks, maybe Abyss, Breeze, and maybe Pearl. If I'm pushing B side, I would force the Outlaw. But on any other map, such as Ascent, you don't really want to buy Outlaw on the attacker side. It's just, you know, you're playing as, like, it's not worth it. Especially not in a second round, because enemies are, we don't know how enemies are playing. We don't know what enemies are peeking. We don't know if, you know, if our teammates are pushing the side, it's going to be hard for us to support them with a sniper. Like, on attacker side of Ascent, your main eco and hull by weapons and anti-eco weapons should be like Stinger, Bulldog, and maybe like Judge, Spectre, or Guardian. Maybe. But Stinger and Bulldog on top, and then everything else. Like in this round, I would just buy a Stinger, Shorty with utility. And he doesn't need to buy a heavy shield because the light shield was not broken in the previous round.
Yeah, I'm coming B.
Yeah, if you see your team,
I know he won't see this, but hey, Papito, I got my fiancé into Valorant console, and she began studying your content to improve. And that's how I found you. So thank you for the 10 out of 10 content. We love you, man. I love you as well. No problemo, man. No problemo.
then by all means.
And also, another thing that you really want to try avoiding in these anti-eco rounds, you know, when the enemies are eco and hull by on a defender's side, is splitting the map. Tell your teammates to play together. We have gun advantage. We have utility advantage. We have every advantage that there is in this game, except the numbers advantage. There is no reason to isolate 1 versus 1 gunfights. Why would I do that? Why would I allow my ISO to fight B main? My 2 teammates to fight mid? And they pick some 1v1 fights against the Sheriff, against the Shorty, and we are slowly losing the numbers. Yell at them. Or no, lie to your teammates. Tell them, hey guys, if you all push A together with me in this round, I'm gonna buy you all Valorant points. The new Champions Bundle 2024 is yours. Just listen to my call out. And they're gonna be like, yay, hip you, and I'm gonna, I don't know, like tell them something, you know, like your mother is gonna go bald if you don't follow me or some, you know, something like that, I don't know. Lie. Ooh.
I'm about it.
You see, this is something that should never happen for you in anti-eco rounds. This is so stupid. But also in this round, what we noticed is that we cannot trust our teammates with clearing the angles. So you need to clear every single angle that you're approaching yourself. Brother, that ISO didn't clear this position when pushing B main. God forbid.
I'm about it.
Now listen, for how long you should play on this position? I like this angle. You know, I like this position. Usually, you know, the whole idea of playing up there, you know, usually I will, you know, teleport here, instantly peek market and bottom mid and top mid to potentially get a kill, and then I hold short, main, or market for my teammates. But as soon as your teammates reach this position or this position, you need to drop down and follow someone. You cannot allow them to pick the fights without you. You know, that position is just useless if your teammates are already there and there, ready to fight short and bottom mid.
No.
In this round, you wasted enormous amount of time. You also heard that Deadlock walled aim and area of the map. I don't know what you're holding. Like, the whole concept of Valorant is refrag potential, playing together. And especially in this elo, one of your main jobs, especially on the attacker side, is playing with your most aggressive teammate that you think has the highest chances of dying or is gonna pick the first fight. Like, we played this round completely wrong, number one. And number two, like, you spent way too much time, like, doing nothing.
Oh fuck.
Okay, we gotta come back.
I would argue that one of the biggest problems for you on both attackers and defender side is how much time you're wasting. Not doing anything, essentially. Like, you need to be more, like, you need to ask yourself more questions during the match. Like, you know, if you're already holding an angle, you know, ask yourself, like, what are the teammates doing? What are the enemies doing? Who should I support right now? Like, there's, like, in every round, you waste at least, like, 5 to 6 to maybe even 10 seconds doing something that you should not do at that moment of time.
To each other, yeah.
Wait,
They close market.
Okay, we got that kill, but an enemy from short can easily kill us. So right now, we need to smoke ourselves and isolate the duel in short. We cannot hold Sabrosa here.
watch my cubby.
Okay, maybe... No! Oh! Thanks God. That TP was mega dangerous. I don't know where you wanted to go with this teleport. Literally. Because if you wanted to teleport here, brother, you're fully exposed from short, fully exposed from mid. Like, whenever I teleport somewhere, I'm always trying to teleport in a position where I'm not exposed from any angles or from maximum one angle at that moment of time. I cannot be exposed from, like, pizza, top, mid, market, and short. And Amen as well. Here, like, make a path for yourself to connect with your teammates as well. We know that Sova is A short. We know that Deadlock was the A player. Go B with your Cypher. And also, feel free, if you're stuck somewhere, you know, stepbrother, create a path for yourself. Smoke this, teleport there, connect with the Cypher. We're 2 versus 2. We isolated some numbers and, you know, reduce the enemy's numbers advantage. As long as we play together right now and we push something together, it's an easy round. And there is another rule that you should try following in Valorant. So when the rounds play out like this, you know, we default a bit and we fight enemies everywhere. You know, Jet died here, Iso died here, Reyna died here, then we killed the enemy Iso here, we killed Claw and Reyna here. Now we are 2 versus 2. And we are left with our Cypher. That is basically here. The best idea is to fully reset the round. What do I mean by resetting? Like, I would never go right now through A short or market, for an example. It's way too dangerous. Like, there's way too many, you know, routings, angles that we need to clear, or timings that we need to observe. In this type of scenarios, when you trade a few numbers with the enemies, it's always the best idea to move back towards some main area of the map, A main or B main, fully reset the round, like it just started right now, clear that main area of the map, and then just move into the bomb site like the round just started. Because everything else is way too dangerous.
Oh fuck. Oh.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
he's top mid.
He was mid.
Let's go take it. Oh, come back with it, please.
They broke door. Okay.
I mean, you're complicating this shit too much, but whatever. Like, as long as we play together, like, we're gonna win this.
Plant. I'll ping it.
I don't know how you're running here so carelessly. Sova was top mid, bottom mid, whatever. Like, I don't know, CT. We killed Deadlock in short. There is a huge chance that Sova might be in the garden right now or on A tower. Right now, Classic needs to be in your hands or Outlaw.
Just plant right there.
Plant the spike.
I cannot watch this, bro.
This guy's a judge.
It's like a horror movie, man.
Come to here. Come to here.
Yeah, this is a good call out. This is a good call out. Like, Cypher should definitely come in main, so they can isolate angles better. Cypher can hold aim in, and he just hold the tower. Very good, very good. Very good positioning. Very good way of isolating angles.
We're just gonna wait for him to tap. I'll put a
I have a.
I would actually hold the tower, man. This was an equal round for the enemies. This Sova doesn't have a heavy shield. You have an outlaw, brother. Why would you allow the Sova to go onto the site? Just pull this angle. You know? Go for one bullet, and that's it.
Yeah, I have a cam.
There was no reason to sell so much space to the
Pick him.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Cypher. I mean, to the Sova, like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, but why? Why would you sell one opportunity to potentially kill that enemy?
Nice.
Good shit.
And there was also a call that he has a judge.
Nice one, boy.
Crazy.
I got it.
You know, another reason why I cannot recommend you Outlaw on Ascent is on the attacker side. Now in this third round, bonus round, I mean, like, having a Stinger and Shorty is much better, like, you know, to do some aggressive execute and trade yourself for a few kills. Like, without, if, you know, on attack, like, only like, Icebox, Breeze, Abyss, and maybe Pearl if you're pushing, you know, B site. And in this round, I would definitely buy the Shorty as my primary secondary weapon, because if my teammates are moving in, it's much better for me to have a Shorty instead of a Classic. At least I can go for some aggressive play, trade myself maybe for 1 or 2 kills. With the Outlaw, you're gonna just be a very passive, static player that is not doing anything.
Outlaw, not
Reloading.
maybe shorty game.
Ooh, I think that smoke is way too high. Basically, when you're doing that market smoke, like, the best market smoke is the one-way smoke for market. But you cannot, like, put it, you know, you need to put it something like this. There cannot be a gap right here where the enemies can see you from the market and kill you when you're going for the switch.
Here's a classic.
I'm okay with that.
Crazy claw smoke. Crazy smoke.
Nice old shirt.
What is this smoke?
That's
Too
two
mid,
top
too
mid.
mid.
Spike down B.
The spike.
Wait, I'm gonna watch your main.
Okay. 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 Even though we lost this round, like idiots, we learned a lot. Like, basically, you need to remember that the first 4 rounds in Valorant, on both attackers and defenders side, those are just learning rounds. It doesn't, I mean, it matters if you win them or not, and you need to follow some rules, strategies that are going to give you the highest possible chances to win them. But if you reach the 5th round and you have no idea how to play the rest of that match, that is exactly when you're fucked. You're not fucked if you lose the first 4 rounds. You're fucked if you autopilot in the first 4 rounds and you have no idea what to do from the 5th round moving forward. Already here, we know everything. Literally everything. Enemies are fighting more aggressively for A short. Deadlock is playing A with a wall. Aizo is playing aggressively in the B main area of the map, so we need to push him back with some kind of a flash. And we need to support our teammates. Number 4. Our teammates, our Jet, Aizo and Reyna are aggressive gorillas. We need to pay a close attention who's gonna pick the first fight, and we need to fight with them. And number 5, we probably need to go for aggressive plays, because our teammates are kinda like aggressive and bad. They don't know what they're doing, and we need to do, you know, some of the Omen aggressive plays. So in this round, I would just tell my teammates again, hey guys, let's push B set together. Why B set? It's more unpredictable, because we lost the previous round when we pushed B. Deadlock is playing A site, number 2, and that's it. If ISO ults us on B, and he chooses a wrong position to ult, he is effed up, you know? Easy kill. So going B right now is the best call out
In the cubby
possible.
there?
Hold on. Our ISO is fighting for mid here. Let's fight for mid. I'm gonna smoke cubby.
Listen. Okay. Like, I would have prioritized. I would have prioritized doing Paranoia in the B main. Because enemy ISO played aggressively in B main 3 rounds in a row. We cannot like... We cannot allow our Jet and Cypher to fight alone.
Oh, Jet.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. Like in this round, it just seemed like our Jet has the highest chance of dying. Just look at her. Monkey. And you need to use these monkeys. How we could have used this Jet? Oh, I mean, like that Jet is already distracting the enemies. You know. And as I said, in this round, I would go for some aggressive play. So what I would have done in this round is just Paranoimus Rex here, doing this type of a smoke, and as Jet is going out, I'm teleporting here. And from this position, we can do enormous amount of aggressive plays. We can teleport up there, behind the smoke, in this corner, right here. We can just push the stairs, take the stairs control, and then push Market together with our Jet. So many different things you can do. But I would not, you know, you need to use these opportunities. Actually, this is not an opportunity. You need to create, out of this idiot, an opportunity to fight the enemies together. To take some space control. To refrag her, maybe. You're playing Omen. Most of the times, you can follow your most aggressive players with the shrouded steps and your smoke setups.
Damn, dude. Well, I mean,
It's you and me.
Uh-oh.
Our Cypher actually won the duel. How this guy or girl sounded, I thought like, is GG, bro. Listen here, when your Cypher got ulted by the enemy ISO, you needed to run towards the B main area of the map. Cypher has the spike, you know? He is ulted. So, even if he wins the ultimate, right now, there is a huge chance that enemy Claw is in his anal cavity, waiting for him to pop out. You had to hold his body. You just had to hold his body. Okay, thankfully,
Oh, you won yours. Nice.
they didn't do that. Here as well, like, you're wasting a lot of time. Like, okay, you don't want to play, you don't want to help your Cypher. Look at the ISO. What the fuck are you doing here? What are you holding? Right now, you're moving towards the stairs. Yeah, we need to do that. Like, you need to fight more with these guys. Like, Platinum, Diamond, Ascendant. Every elo is filled with these type of gorillas. Like, one of the main things that you need to do in Valorant is babysitting. Babysitting 24/7. Like, your gameplay, like, first of all, you need to develop yourself as a player. You need to know exactly what your agent is doing, what to do in every single scenario, and to know the most important rules in Valorant. Like, that's why game knowledge is very important. Second thing that you're doing in Valorant is countering enemies and reading the game. And the third thing is compensating the mistakes of your teammates and basically like learning how to use them for some opportunities to fight the enemies. How would not lose an opportunity to use this guy as a bait and to just refrag him. These type of teammates are not really the best to have. The best teammates to have are teammates that are aggressive and good. You know, those type of teammates are literally the best. Especially when you're playing Omen, it's so easy to follow them up and open the map together with them. But even having teammates that are aggressive and bad, that is also good. Because they see the blood, they're willing to take the fights, even though they're mentally, you know, not in a good state. But you can use them. You can use them. I have retrieved the spike. At the end of the day, Another thing that you could have done here is simply teleport short. Teleport on top of this box. ISO cleared all of the short angles. TP there, fight with ISO.
Wait. Let me come back to you.
One Cypher.
Cover going out.
Dota later, yes sir, skip.
We'll go attack A.
Okay. 2-3, he says. We could probably like go somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, we're just
Reload.
team up here. And then we cut noise. And just walk A main.
Okay. I mean, here, like, we lost, you know, whenever you lose the full control of some area of the map, even if it is just for like 2, 3, 5 seconds, you need to clear every single angle, like an enemy can be there. And remember another rule in Valorant. Play Valorant like you have a paranoia in real life. Literal paranoia. Like, enemies can be anywhere. Everywhere. It is better to play Valorant like that, when you're always at the high alert, instead of not giving us flippin' F. Because when you're always on a high alert, enemies cannot surprise you. When you don't give a flippin' F, or you're just not focused at all, then a deadlock that is hiding here can kill you. Deadlock that is here can kill you. Deadlock that is in the vines can kill you. But this deadlock cannot kill me because I literally have trauma from this game. You know. So it's better for you to learn from my mistakes, you know, when I was a noob and I was not clearing the angles properly, instead of you learning from your own mistakes. Okay. Let's see how we clear this.
They want you to trade guns with Reyna because
30
you're low.
seconds left.
Oh, you know, he kind of forgot about that angle there, but okay. We need to jiggle in.
Cam.
I knew that this is gonna be such a huge problem on attacker side. Like on defense, we talked about this on defender side. Like, basically, when you're clearing the angles, you just need to clear them a bit wider with a silent step mechanic. You're clearing them way too slow. You're always kind of like peeling them. And then when you're in a huge angle perception disadvantage, you cannot peel the angles. You peel the angles only when you need to peel them. But if you can cut the angle, cut the pie. Like here, for example. Like, I would do this. Bop. Wider swings. So now I'm gonna peel this angle. Bop. Jiggle peek. Now we can maybe peel a bit of these positions. Check this spot and now move in. But you see how I'm like using the whole duration of the silent footstep. Like, you're just pressing it like this. It's way too slow. You need to get faster. So you don't get fucked by the enemy's angle perception advantage.
Here.
One heaven.
Ooh.
Last player.
Listen here. Okay. There's really nothing that we could have done here. Sorry. There's nothing.
One heaven.
I mean, also the arena. At the end here, like, arena also, like, I don't know, man. Like, there's 15 seconds to plant the spike. She's still top mid. It was really hard to win this round. Really hard. But also, we discovered the deadlock setup. So she's using the trip for the switch on the doors. That's a good information to have.
Ready. With a judge. Yeah.
Listen, I would highly advise everyone that is playing below Ascendant 1, especially below Ascendant 1, always try in the first 4 to 6 rounds to abuse the 5-man playstyle, playing together towards one specific objective. And as I said, lie to your teammates. Because you don't know how much you can trust your teammates with individual jobs and individual gunfights. And also, if you notice that the 5-man pushes are working, that is the easiest way to win the games in Valorant. Because if the enemies don't have an answer to your 5-man executes, they are cooked, brother. Like, lie to them. I don't know, tell them something. Hey guys, you know, I'm gonna donate like $1,000 to each of you if you follow my callouts. I don't know. Something like that. Can you help me with something? In-game I have a bad ping often, but everything else on works. I don't know, man, like literally. You know, maybe what you can try is exit lag. Exit lag helped me with the ping. I'm not sponsored by the exit lag. I was also surprised it fucking works, but somehow it works. Follow the guide that I have on my Discord server. You go on my Discord server and you go at important guides. And there you can find the exit lag guide.
Wait, our team's going mid? I'm gonna help him mid. Cover going out. Let's go mid together. Actually, give me spike. You like B main.
I have blocked the spike.
Make sure they don't flank us.
Okay.
That's your job.
Here, to be honest, like, I wouldn't give a crap about my Reyna. I would just follow my teammates in B main, to be honest. Because, like, you know, I cannot trust these guys with anything, to be fair.
Go mid together. Actually, give me spike. You like B main.
I have blocked the spike.
Make sure they don't flank us.
Okay.
That's your job. Just stay B main.
Spike.
B main.
I have blocked the spike.
Make sure they don't flank us.
Okay.
That's your job. Just stay B main.
I don't know. Really, I don't know what to say about this. Like, I mean, you got destroyed because of the peeker's advantage. And also, the angle that you were holding is not really the best. Because you need to hold two different vertical positions. But this is one of the rare moments of time where your teammates actually wanted to play together and push something together, so I would just go beam it with them, and that's it. Also, like, whenever you have an Iza ultimate on the attacker side, or Iza with ultimate, you know, one of your teammates, the best idea is to execute something as 5. Because Iza can take one of the enemies with himself in the ultimate, and you're probably dealing with only 1 or 2 enemies on the bomb site. You're 4 versus 1, 4 versus 2. Regardless of the ISO dual outcome.
Let's
The one.
Let's fly.
I got something here.
And this is why, like, you know, this is exactly the moment of time where you need to activate, you know, the aggressive mode with Omen. Like, whenever your teammates are passive or bad, or aggressive and bad, you need to play Omen in an aggressive way. And, you know, it's quite literally impossible for me to explain every aggressive setup on Ascent in this specific video. You're already a tier 3 subscriber on my Discord server. Check the rank playbook, check the Omen guides for Ascent, and those are the plays that I would go for right now. Like, if your teammates are not capable of entering the site themselves, we need to use our utility for both them and us as well. Here, like, man, you know, when you notice on Ascent that your teammates are just swinging this angle and this angle without jump spotting the enemies at all, without using any recon utility, without using any fucking flash, you're forced to use this paranoia and this paranoia 24/7. Like, you cannot allow your teammates to take these duels. You just, I mean, I wouldn't trust these guys with a penny right now. I wouldn't give them my shit. You know? Like, I don't know.
Reloading.
Cover going out. Stabilizing.
We're going in.
Shadows traveling.
Inside. Spike down B.
I have retrieved the spike. Here.
I would have tried. I mean, this was not bad. Just to say immediately, this was not bad. Okay, execute, okay, everything was okay. Actually, everything was fine. But I would have tried to pick up that gun as soon as you teleported here.
Spike down B.
I would have run towards that gun and pick it up myself.
I have retrieved the spike. Here.
One main, I think.
Reloading. I'm gonna again.
Oh, yeah, I should.
Okay, I mean, here, like, we're, you know, 4 versus 4 in a post splint. I would just wait for my smoke to replenish. And even with the shorty, like, we can easily win this round.
Spike.
Listen, when you're playing on the A set of Ascent, on B set post splint of Ascent, like, really try to avoid playing in these positions that get spammed. Like, you'll never see me play this spot, for an example. Because it's the spot that gets spammed. Also, this position. If I'm playing here, I'm always playing like this. Or I'm playing, you know, Speedway here, waiting for the enemies to initiate a push, and then effing them up. Anyways, your job right now is just to wait for your smoke to replenish, do this type of a smoke, and then get in a smoke, pick up the gun, and then we can just wait for the enemies to push and try to fuck them up here. We can also use this corner to hide when the enemies are initiating the push and then surprising them and killing them again.
Reloading.
This spot is also risky because, I mean, if I'm retaking the B site, I always put a, you know, a few bullets like this. And if you're standing here, it's like literally a headshot, like.
I'm not watching safe.
Not ready yet.
Last player standing.
Not ready yet.
And to be honest, like, when you have a close range weapon and you have nobody stairs, you need to move towards the stairs. Like, that is the only angle where you can get a kill with a shorty. Like, with a shorty, like, if I have nobody here or no one holding this angle, I'm just gonna go there. Or I'm just gonna play backside with my smokes again.
Stairs. I'm not watching safe.
Not ready yet.
Last player standing.
Oh, it's
Okay.
okay. Oh, that was the wrong chat.
No distraction.
Habla español.
We're going out.
I have range.
Barrier is dead.
Oh!
Spike down A.
75. So
Cover going out.
I have range.
Barrier is dead.
Oh!
No distraction. Cover going out.
I have range.
I just want to ask you, like, why are you doing the smoke on A short right now? Like, once again, you have 2 teammates on mid. Like, generally speaking, like, you need to support them with some, like, whenever you have like 2 or more of your allies on mid, so 2+ you have here, at the start of the round, you need to give them either this smoke or this smoke. Because we are pushing A set right now. We want to use this smoke. And then as they are slowly creeping towards A short, we want to use this smoke. And then execute the bomb site. You know. Like, I don't know why you're using this smoke so prematurely when your teammates are, you know, they didn't even take any mid control. Like, we don't know where we're gonna end up and what we're gonna do. That was a mega fast smoke. Second thing is, like, you know, as a rule of thumb, what I always do in the aim area of the map is, if there is not a single teammate that is going up here, like everyone is going down, I'm always gonna be the guy that is here. I'm using 2 different verticalities. You know, we're playing a double tower setup, waiting for my teammates to maybe pick a contact right here, and then just deleting the enemies with a peeker's advantage, and they are not ready for this fight with you and Cypher. Like, always use that as a rule of thumb when you're pushing the aim and area of the map. Then when your teammates cross this line, you know, we can drop down, give them the Paranoimus Rex, give them the smokes, enter the site together with them.
No.
They actually win this round somehow. They lost it 1 versus 2. 2 versus 1. Unlucky.
Kinda.
They will cower.
So let's just play around.
Reloading.
Let me see the economy here.
As a team and then
Listen, if your teammates are forcing, you always force with them. Basically, if 3 or 4 of your teammates are forcing in a round, you force with them. There's no saving. You know, buy a light shield, vandal, utility, afford everything that you need to win a round.
he doesn't go.
This smoke needs to be much faster. Like, whenever you have like 2 or more teammates on mid, you know, you need to do this or this. Or this or this, depending what we are fighting for, essentially. Like, you cannot leave, you know, your smokes are way too late on mid. When you have only one teammate going mid, you don't give a shit about him. He's just like a flanker, lurker. I always, like, if I have 4 teammates going through A main or B main, I'm only gonna support these 4 guys, you know, on the bomb site.
I don't know what you want. Or is he holding?
You should have smoked here, like, something, you know, CT or, you know, market, short, anything.
Keep peeking there.
Enemy spotted mid.
Team's taking space.
Reloading. My territory, my rules.
I have
Oh.
them now.
From where?
I don't know.
I don't know, like, what are you holding with Arena here? I mean, there is a wall. Yes, there is a chance for the enemies to peek that wall, but much higher chances are that your teammates on mid are gonna die. You really need to focus more on better team play. You know, refragging your allies, playing with them, playing with the allies that have the highest chances of dying. Reyna is safe. She's okay. You know, there's a wall there. Chances are really low that enemies are gonna peek behind that wall. But chances for your ISO, Jet, and Cypher to die on mid, very fucking high.
Oh my god.
We go break wall, break wall, break wall, break wall.
Reloading. Reloading.
No charges. Cover going out.
Listen, here, you have the ultimate. You have 1 smoke. There is no way. 3 of my teammates are pushing through B main onto the B side. And instead of giving them a smoke for CT, I'm doing this smoke to cross. Brother, right now, you have ultimate and a smoke. You're stuck a bit on mid, no problem. You do this smoke, you know? Do the ultimate here, ultimate backside, connect with your teammates, and that's it. You don't even need to be on mid. Okay, somehow there's no one on the B side, like.
Here.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm just gonna let you.
But this round is also giving us another very useful information about the enemies. Enemies are rotating like this. So that in this type of matches, when you see that enemies are like, you know, rotating like really fast, you need to fake more. You know, send your initiator, do 1 smoke and see what enemies are gonna do. Your initiator and sentinel to fake something.
2v4, it's good. 2v4, it's fine. Perfect.
40 right now.
Just try to play time.
Here.
Here, I get there.
One market, one.
Listen, like how you play in a postman really depends, you know, on what type of weapon you have. Like here, your Reyna and Cypher are playing a bit more aggro. Thus, you cannot really play with a Stinger all the way at the back, you know, boathouse. I mean, yes, even on this range, you know, here and here, you can kill enemies with a Stinger. It's okay range for a Stinger, like if you manage the spray control right. But it would be 10 times better if you just, you know, went here. He's holding the stairs a bit closer. He can also play around his smoke. No problemo. And Cypher and Reyna are holding, like, you know, the speedway.
Spawn.
Shadows traveling.
Tag. Camera taken out.
Careful. Oh shit.
I have a trip on your left.
Blinding.
I mean, like, after that paranoia, you had to pick that Reyna, man.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Ooh, we need to practice the Stingeroni, yeah?
One enemy remaining. Last player.
Listen, when it comes to mastering the Stinger, like, I have a lot of tips for the Stinger. Stinger is a really powerful, like, eco weapon, halberd weapon, and one of the weapons that you need to master in Valorant. Essentially, the first 6 bullets are very easy to manage. You can burst fire in the 6th bullets interval. If you want to spray an enemy, after 6 bullets, you either need to compensate the recoil hard. So you see this 6 bullet. 6 bullet where the kick happens. So after the 6th bullet, you either crouch down and commit to the fight, or you need to pull your mouse heavily downwards. And you need to develop the feeling for this in a custom server, practice range, deathmatch, etc, etc. Now, second tip. When you're taking the gunfights with the Stinger, you really want to isolate the enemies in a 1v1 duels. Time to kill for Stinger is very low, but you don't have a lot of bullets, so you don't want to fight more than like 2 enemies. Preferably 1. You know, optimal scenario is like 1v1 duel. Good scenario is like 1v2. But every, you know, 1v3 is almost impossible. Like, you cannot kill the enemies with 20 bullets of a Stinger. Run and gun doesn't exist for you unless enemies are really close. Enemies need to be like, I don't know, 6-7 meters away from you in order for this to work. No run and gun. And ADS, you'll want to use in every single fight that is above 20 meters. So above 20 meters, you need to use the ADS. ADS has the consistent spray pattern. The consistent recoil pattern. It is always going up left. So you need to move your mouse down right, down right, down right. And you can create a very small circle inside of the enemy's head and potentially take an easy kill. You know. And that's kind of everything about the Stinger. Like, everything else is just practicing these topics, like, instead of deathmatch, practice range, like, during the ranked games, and that's it.
Player standing.
And developing the feeling for the gun.
My mark.
Okay.
Throw a wall in.
That's one way smoke for the market is really high, man. Like, you need to put it a bit lower. Like, there's a gap where enemies can see your team. Like, just look at this. So this is how you put the one way. You put it something like this. Like this. Actually, okay, like, let's see how it looks for you. But I think this is way too high. I think this is way too high. I think enemies can see. Let's see the smoke.
Shadows traveling. Cover going out.
The hunt begins.
Enemy spotted. Loading.
Spot.
Ah, fuck, I don't see if there is a gap, but just as a precautionary measure, you know, put the smoke put it just a bit lower, like this.
Cover going out.
That's it. Make sure that there is a circle down here.
Everyone hide it.
One stairs. Two more.
Listen here. If you already cannot use your paranoia because your teammates are in front of you, fuck it. Don't even use it. If your teammates are already this aggressive, where you don't have a time to use your utility for them, it's more important for you to follow them up and to refrag them. You know, you can teleport through the deadlock wall, find a pathing towards your jet, and that's it.
The hunt begins.
Enemy spotted. Loading.
Spot. Where is everyone hide it?
One stairs.
And listen here, like, when you end up in a speedway, one of the best angles that you can hold is essentially playing here. You know, waiting for the enemies to press the W key and just surprising them with a peek and killing them. Clove was dead. We're 4 versus 3. Just get in this position, wait for the enemies to be close, use a paranoia, kill them, reposition. This is another really... This should be like your main postman position on the B set of Ascent. Like, we can hold the stairs from this spot without being exposed from the speedway, like this, and then surprise the enemies in the speedway and kill them. Or we can hold the speedway like this while our teammates are holding the stairs, or we can hold the speedway while we are not visible from the stairs. Kill the guys on speedway, kill the stairs guy, and then take another fight. Play with the enemy's mind. That's it. I don't know why you stayed on the speedway to take this 50-50 fight. This was completely unnecessary. After that Clove died on stairs, just TP away and play the refrag game with your allies.
What?
3v4.
One enemy remaining.
Market.
What?
3v4. I'm playing boathouse. I'm low. Gonna smoke.
Listen. In these type of post plans, the best advice I can give you, especially for your elo, is always play with your most aggressive teammates. You don't need to commit to the fight with the enemies, but try to refrag them at least. So right now, I would probably play with my Reyna to try to see if I have any opportunities to refrag that guy. Instead of, you know, been chilling backside.
Cover going out.
Okay.
Smoke off market is what they're saying.
Okay, so they push B set like 2 or 3 rounds in a row. Whenever you push the same site 3 rounds in a row, the best idea in the 4th round is to fake that site and push the opposite bomb site. Whenever you create this pattern of pushing, because we already applied enormous amount of mental pressure onto the enemies. Like, enemies are gonna start rotating towards B set like this. As soon as you notice that enemies are rotating really fast on defender's side, use that opportunity. And if your teammates don't want to listen, then fuck it, just support your teammates and that's it.
Shadows traveling.
Okay, Arena is using a flash, very good.
Cover going out.
It's you and me.
Me again? Oh, that was nasty.
What, did you get killed?
Not ready yet.
No, I got one tapped.
Please, clear every single angle when you're executing some bomb site. Like in this round, your teammates didn't clear the boathouse. You needed to clear that angle.
Oh,
Did they? Okay, Jet cleared this. Sorry. And now, as I said, look at this round. Just look at the round.
No,
Here, we have the side control. Ask yourself, who is my most aggressive teammate that has the highest chances of dying right now? The answer is Reyna. If your teammates don't want to play a passive post plant, you cannot play a passive post plant as well. How do you plan to do that? Wait for your teammates to die and then playing 1 versus 5? Like right now, your Reyna is conditioning you to play with her. You know, she's stuck there. You need to play Speedway and play on a refrag potential. The whole game of Valorant can be summarized in one word. Refrag game. And you need to master that. You need to pay more attention to what is happening on the map. Like, I think that your map awareness is also really low. Like, you don't really pay attention to where the fuck are the enemies, what are your teammates doing. So that might be one of the problems that we need to fix with some kind of a training. But in this round, I'm playing here, waiting for the Reyna to get a contact with the enemies and then swinging out, taking the kills. We also have Paranoia to support our teammates.
one tapped.
No distraction.
Last player standing.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
you need to be like 7 ranks higher than these guys in order to win this like 1 versus 4.
That's big.
Because like,
Mm,
right? Like
wait.
they have the lowest win rate on this map.
Yeah.
So. But I think that did some good plays.
Uh-oh.
This
Wait.
this was such an easy read by the enemy team. Like in this round, we needed to fake something or push B again. Because, you know, enemies right now stopped our push on B. They won the previous round. They can just use the rule of fear against you. And, you know, it was so predictable that you're gonna go A this round. So predictable.
Wow, we live.
One of us died.
Last player
Flank, flank.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
defend.
Okay.
They broke my trip with the stupid old hole.
Okay.
See.
Okay. This is a casual, you know, casual like gold, silver, platinum, diamond match, to be honest. Your overall positioning, angle holding, and angle clearing can be much better. You need to pay more attention on, you know, peeker's advantage, angle perception advantage, and to not die from the stupid Valorant game mechanics. I'm gonna share with you a private coaching video that is gonna explain everything for you regarding these topics. Second problem. We need to play a better team play game, but a team play game for ranked. And you need to analyze your teammates a bit more. You need to ask yourself, who is doing what? Analyze their body posture, their utility usage, their pathing, their movement. And you need to ask yourself, who should I support at this moment of time? We need to play a better refray game. Essentially. Like you're letting them die for nothing, and you're not really supporting them in real time with your utility. You're gonna get a private coaching video for that as well. Third problem. We need to focus more on countering the enemies, on both attackers and defender side, and reading the enemies overall. So you're lacking map awareness and overall game awareness as well. This gets better as you're playing the game, of course, naturally. You know, as you're getting more experience developing your game knowledge. But there are some trainings that can help you to speed up this process. And that is the third thing that I'm gonna share with you, some kind of a training that you're gonna follow for exactly 2 months. And probably I'm gonna include some kind of an aim training. I just need to see this VOD again. I'm gonna review it one more time privately, just to see if there are any, you know, private aim training routines that can help you out, essentially. And if we fix these problems, combined with your current tracker statistics, I think that is going to be a piece of cake for you to reach Ascendant in the next 2 months. Easy. We discussed the agents that you should play. We discussed what you should main on different map. I think that you have an overall really good idea what you can do a bit better. And every content that I'm going to share with you through private messages, you know, is gonna explain these topics in depth. After this VOD review, you can ask me any questions through private messages, like regarding the VOD review and what you've seen here. And all of the other questions you can ask on my Discord server at Ask the Coach forum that you have unlocked with a tier 3 sub. Like, now, you know, I knew it. I just knew it. Like whenever I see players with a good tracker, like you just don't know how to play around your teammates. You don't know how to close out the rounds. You don't know how to close out the matches, essentially. Like, it doesn't matter if you drop like 30 kills if you're gonna lose a game. Literally doesn't matter. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this VOD review. I hope that you enjoyed it, that you learned something new. Thank you for watching. Make sure to, you know, subscribe on my YouTube channel, leave a like, leave some comment. You know, any comment? You know, tell me, you know, which VOD review you want to see next, on which agent and which map. Join my Discord server for coaching, giveaways. There's a lot of stuff happening there, to be honest. For the ranked playbook and stuff like that. And follow me on Twitch. You know, daily live streams, except when I'm on vacations. Like, but I'm trying to stream every single day. And yeah, my Valorant addiction cannot be cured. That's great. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next VOD review. Mwah! I don't know why I'm kissing microphone, and it's so nasty, bro. Like, literally, there is stage 4 on this microphone alone. Like, I need to wash this, bro. So nasty. So nasty.